Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless and it is love based. So we're going to do another general reading where we see what your crush is thinking, what they're feeling, and see any possible next moves. Okay, so I'm just going to let everyone know, for those of you that do watch the intro, I read past, present, and coming energy. And there is often a polarity, which means you may see some unfavorable traits or situations depending on who you ask about, right? And you have to use your intuition to help you find where you fall in the lesson, in the journey. And while we lead with those crushes, as we lead with those incoming energies, again, when you have attachments, right, it steps in, especially when you kind of think about those attachments, because I feel like a lot of you do. You admit it in the comments and all of the things. So I'm not going to delay it any further. Let's hop right into the pile selection. For those of you that are visually impaired, or if you just simply like to listen to me describe each pile, the time is now. Pile number 1 is the chocolate chip Blondie Brownie, if you want to call it that. Pile number 2 is the red velvet brownie. Pile number 3 is the fudge brownie, and pile number 4 is the caramel blondie. I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, my chocolate chip blondie or brownie, whichever word you prefer. Let me know in the comments which one is the right one. I don't know. The interesting thing about this pile is I'm channeling current energy, and you'll see why in a second if you're new, and I'll tell you how I read and all the things. But something about needing to restart and getting your words together, like restarting and adjusting. So that's kind of the energy of this crush you're asking about, this person, this attachment, whoever it is you're asking about, okay? And I mentioned that it is likely current, you know, because these are timeless messages whenever you find them, however they resonate. Like I'm channeling bunnies, so it feels like spring, Easter, right? Now obviously if you're finding it's fall, winter, summer, something related to the springtime, or possibly around Easter, or just related to bunnies, maybe someone has a pet, don't know, but those are things that I am channeling, okay? And I mentioned again something about a restart, adjusting, something about making sure you're using the right words or saying words the right way. That's also a thing. Slightly intimidated energy, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. So for those of you that are new, I read past, present, incoming energy. And I read from a polarity, which is a light, or shadow, which means you may get information or energy that's not necessarily favorable. You just have to find yourself in the lesson or the journey, okay? And don't overreact to the messages. I give you messages to allow your intuition to help guide you. So I don't know why, but I feel like this is all, for whatever reason, this pile specifically at least, you already kind of know exactly how this person sees you, how this person feels about you. So whatever I read should not be surprising in any way. So let me just get to it. Let me get to it. Pile number 1, my chocolate chip brownie or blondie. Something about this person you may not like, either you or them, because again, sometimes I'll be describing how you see this person in relation to how they interact, or however you say it. I feel like so far for this pile, I don't know how to explain myself. So maybe this person doesn't know how to explain themselves. But something about this person, you can't quite place them, or maybe that's just how they see you. Okay, so let me get my one card. Tell me about this chocolate chip blondie. For my pile number 1, what is this person thinking? What is this person feeling? And give me any potential next moves. Okay, this is incoming energy. Oh, two. Okay, well, I'll take them both. Maybe this person has 2 major things they're thinking and feeling, or 2 things they're gonna do. Maybe you got 2 crushes. I don't know. We don't judge here. We just read the energy. But you got number 7, the crown chakra. And it says the frequency of the crown chakra, which is violet. It supports the spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. So if this person, okay, some of you, this person feels like, because what really stood out to me was the negative energy. Some of you, this person feels like they gave you a negative vibe, okay? Now, again, it's always a polarity, so it's possible you gave them one, okay? So maybe some solar plexus, sacral chakra energy going on. Like, so basically feelings about power, feelings about self-worth, feelings about just enjoyment, fulfillment, could be things surrounding whatever weird vibes, but it just, the negative energy, just feel it. So, and it doesn't have to be either of you. It could simply be situational, right? It could be environmental, right? So something about negative vibes, okay? And maybe it is situational, maybe it is environmental, because crown is kind of collective energy, right? It's the chakra that connects us with the universe, right? It's the God chakra. Technically, it connects you with source. So could be that, okay? Crown chakra feels like a clearing of the air. So I don't know, maybe there's a miscommunication, something going on with this specific group. So let me see. Passion. Yeah, I mentioned, because here we are. This is, let me just separate them. This is orange calcite, and this is honey calcite. Look at that. Okay, so I mentioned, you can Google those crystals and see what I mean, but they do kind of a little bit align with passion. And passion says, beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. And it assists us in finding balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So long story short, the crush wants to smoothen the vibe. Like if there's a weird vibe, if there's a negative vibe, this person wants to make it fun, passionate, easygoing vibes. Like something about, like, I don't know, something about the vibe has been off or is off. I don't know what the chaos is, or potential chaos, right? It doesn't have to be even like this wild external chaos. It could truly just be internal nerves, or again, simply miscommunication, or just misreading, whatever it is. But there's a weird thing going on the most shadow sense, some possible incompatibilities, or like true chaos. On the lightest sense, it's like just making sure that you're interpreting them and their energy the right way, and that they're interpreting you and your energy the right way, like making sure you're on the same page, okay? That's what this person's heavily thinking about, feeling about. Now, on the lighter side, it feels good. That's why I'm not like overreacting to the shadow, because on the lighter side, it's like, let me make sure pile number one knows like how passionate I am about them, like how connected I think we are, and all of the things, okay? Number 7 could very much so be relevant, because of the number 7, like crown chakra is the 7th chakra, and 3 and 4 reduces to number 7. We've got number 9, which is allowance. And it says the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in a wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So what I love about this energy on the purest of sense, because some of you are like, there's no confusion, there's no complication at all. That's the vibe. That's what this person's thinking. So there's 3 groups, which maybe that's why I needed the 2 cards. There's the shadow, where there's chaos and conflict, possibly internal, possibly incompatibilities. And the person's thinking of how do we ease this and make it fun and passionate again, versus whatever the stuff is, whatever the negative energy and all of the things, right? Like how do we be open enough, right, to make it not that. You have that other group where I mentioned like, oh, possibly miscommunication, This person want to make sure you're fine, they're fine. It's not this weird vibe. And then there's the other group of you that you're just living a good life. You're just living a good life. It's passion. You're both open, because this talks about open. Like everything is flowing so naturally that you're probably at this reading just to make sure, like, something must be wrong. Nothing's wrong if you're in that group. Like, you're fine. Like, you're both very open, right? Even if you both have weird quirks, like, you're not really judgmental of one another. You just roll with it. Like that group that just stepped in is like rolling on, like, it's the definition of vibe. Okay, I love that energy. And even the second group, it seems possibly fine. It's a misreading or that awkward energy, right? It feels like nerves. And again, obviously that shadow is just chaos, and you know if you're in chaos. Like, I don't have to describe that energy. So let me get the tarot and see what's going on. This is a high vibe pie. The high vibe pile. Lots of eyes here. Like, I can't even like pronounce the words right? I love it because even on the shadow, let me tell you why. The shadow, anytime we're thrown into chaos and conflict, it's to catch our attention. I'm not gonna make this like a whole spiritual like thing like I do in the 9 love readings, but I just want to make sure you know, like, anytime we're thrown into chaos, anytime we're thrown into conflict, anytime something is off and feels negative, it's to trigger us into some sort of an action. It's to trigger us to change something, whether it's our behavior, our circumstances, the situation. Okay, so that's what I'll leave you with on that shadow side. Okay, because the shadow means like it's possibly like, I don't want to just throw out that it's only incompatibility. It may not be. There could be a lot of reasons why there's chaos, and it doesn't mean that you can't work through them, but it's going to take a lot of open energy on that shadow side. What is that? Lots of noise. So yeah, that shadow is definitely in chaos. On the lighter side, there's a lot of chaos too, but it's like passion. So don't get too high off of the passion. Kind of make sure you're grounding your energy. Yeah, this feels really lighthearted and fun. And look, you got all 3 of your cards at once, and it's maturing energy. So again, allowance. Number 9 talks about closing of a cycle, right? So it does say be open to whatever comes your way without judgment. Okay, and talks about expansion. Sometimes, you know, that expansion could be with someone or without someone. And I'll leave it there, because maturing energy, as in on the most shadow sense, closing of a cycle. On the lighter sense, growing and expanding together. So I'm not even looking at the cards yet, but that's how open this connection is. That's why I'm saying you know exactly how this person is feeling about you, because on the shadow, it's like, oh, well, maybe it's not working at all. Like, really close-minded people, or one of you is, and like you're not willing to grow, expand, or be open-minded towards one another, or compromise, because there's no relationships of any nature, romantic or otherwise, without any form of a cooperation or compromise. On the lightest sense, you're just very open and free-flowing, and like you may be closing a cycle together, and you're like, yes, passion, just open to everything. Like, I don't know, like, it's chaotic in the best way, but make sure you're grounding your energy so that you just don't go crazy. All right, let me see, because I can't even read it appropriate, because it's vibes. It's like flowy energy. Okay, like on the lightest of sense, like you may get caught like forfeiting like things you should actually be doing because it's so high vibe. On the shadow sense, you may be forfeiting things you're supposed to be doing because it's so draining. But you've got that Ace of Pentacles, prosperity begins. I mentioned the beginning of a cycle in union, because this feels like a cycle in union of a couple that's really excited about each other, that's really like working together and like making plans and all of the things, and it's too good to be true and all of the things. You have another number 7 in Triumph. This is the Chariot. Go, 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 fast, 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 feel, feel, feel. That's the thing. That's how this person's feeling. Okay, like that's how, like, go, 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 fast, 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 feel, feel, feel. This is Cancer-based energy, talks about the emotions. It's ruled by the moon. And then it talks about comfort, right? Home, family, all of the things like that. And then you've also got the Six of Pentacles. It says material and spiritual prosperity, which this person's feeling exceptionally prosperous in terms of having you in their life and all of the things. Yeah, like Six of Pentacles talks about receiving something you need. So this person feels like you're everything that they're lacking, and you feel like they can support you in areas where you're lacking. It's perfect on the lightest of sense. You're just here for fun, clearly. Or you know me as a reader, you're like, let me see if she's gonna read how crazy I feel for this person. I am. I love that for you. Look, see, I told you, rejoice in celebration. The Three of Cups. Ground the energy so that you don't like like ground the energy, like make sure you do like other things away from each other, those of you on that side, because it feels like on the lightest of sense, a couple that's kind of merged. I say couple, or people that are merging so closely together that you don't know how to like do things outside of one another. Don't lose your personal identity in this. That's not healthy. That's the only downfall. So again, and I mention that because Three of Cups talks about doing things with friends. Make sure you're like not neglecting your friendships, okay? As a result of all of this passion on the table, all of this connecting, with source, with this person, okay? Let me pull from, oh, look what's at the bottom of your reset. Yeah, that's probably how you two are feeling, like chaotic. That's why, like the whole pile is chaos. There's no structure. There's no structure. There's one side where it's just chaos in a negative sense. There's one side where it's chaos in a positive sense. Okay. So let me see. Because I don't feel like I'm really using much descriptors, right, to describe how this person's feeling, because it's not even many thoughts beyond whatever compromise and just being open, needing the need to compromise and the need to be open, or just being completely open and just everything just flowing and just feels, because this is a pile of feels. And I'm realizing that on the shadow sense, it could be a pile of feels, and that passion could be anger. Okay. But you got teacher, education, knowledge, competence, care, and professor. So what I love about this is so here is the spiritual lesson on both sides, all sides. Growth, evolution, expanded perspective, okay? On the shadow, you're meant to broaden each other's perspectives, whether that means it's going to work and you continuously do that, like that lightest side, or if you're going to realize certain limitations, certain self-sabotaging tendencies and all of the things like that in your connections, and it's too much for this specific connection, and you move on and continue that lesson elsewhere. That's what I'm getting for this specific group, okay? But it's all about expanding. So what I love about this group and why it's so easy to get lost in each other on the lightest sense, because I know I'm completely neglecting the part where it's nerves. The nerves, like where it's really weird, because I've got one attachment where it's like really negative and possibly closed-minded. You may be too different and incompatible. And then on the other side, I've got like just completely open and lost and just willing to learn about each other, learn together, make up new things to learn together. And then in the middle, where it's that awkward needing to, I guess, start again and making sure the vibe is right. It's awkward because it's brand spanking new, right? That's the truest crush, I guess. Because when it comes to the truest crushes, it's like you're either have that awkward energy I'm talking about, where you're trying to make sure you're not giving each other weird vibes, or you're just like immediately merging in a way that may seem unhealthy to other people, and depending on who you ask me actually be. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Because it's like, oh, I'm learning so much, I'm growing so much, I'm expanding so much with this person. So again, some of you, this person feels like they're learning a lot from you, with you, and vice versa. It's just a lot, okay? This pile feels like a lot in the best way and the worst way. because I can't even ground. I know I'm jumping all over the place worse than I normally do for a lot of you. As a person that feels like home family, like merging into you, merging into your family, merging in you into theirs, like it's a thing, right? Family values, ceremony, generational beliefs, groups. I'm not gonna pull another one because I don't want this to be super long, but this kind of like letter T could be relevant, but this is exactly what I mean. Like just merging together, like learning about it, especially if there's a difference in culture of any sense. I can see really wanting to learn about one another's culture. Shadow sense, this is possibly an issue. You may be too different here. Okay? Like there's a lack of compromise, there's a lack of open-minded nature here with one, both, one or either side. But again, regardless of whatever the differences are, if there are any differences, on the lightest of sense, really excited. Like really excited about each other. I don't know. But like this is a couple, right? Like even if it's crush, if you and this person further things, this is a couple that's like outside, right? Like this is a couple that's outside, possibly religious settings. This is a couple that does a lot of double dates. This is a couple that does a lot of community things, group things, hobbies, interests, always outside, always on the go, always with family, always with friends. Okay? But always together, like not knowing how, like, oh no, like, you know, like stop bringing your partners on these like friend trips. Like don't bring your boyfriend on the girls trip. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm getting. So don't stop, calm down a little bit. Cause I get that sometimes for this energy I'm reading. Okay. So yeah, let me shuffle, pull from these astrology based decks. I like the vibe. Unfortunately, even on the shadow sense, I don't want to say I like the vibe. I can appreciate the lesson. Because this is a lesson on learning about other perspectives. Okay. Just want to make that very, very clear. All right. Tell me more about my pile number 1. How did that end up? Somebody's been flipped upside down. Someone's been flipped upside down. Because how did these end up in reverse? What is that? So let's see what it is. I got a call coming. Interesting. We've got Taurus, trust, patience, sensuality. In reverse. Okay. All right. So Taurus energy talks about indulgence. It talks about, like, it kind of rules luxury because it's ruled by the sign of Venus. It talks about things you value, right? It's second house energy, right? So your assets, your self-worth, your money, the things you value. I don't like, the more I'm describing it, the less I'm interested in stepping into this for this shadow, but I will do it because I'll do it, fine. T could be relevant. So what I'm getting here is a lack of value, right? So when we talk about incompatibilities, right? A lack of value, right? In things that are unfamiliar, right? In things that are not what people are comfortable with, okay? So make sure when you know who you're asking about, because that's another reason why I made sure this was the next one, because you know, you guys come to all of the readings with specific people in mind, and since you're going to do that anyway, I say what your specific person, I lead with that intention so that it doesn't throw people off, so that you can see. But where there's incompatibility or extreme differences, there's a lack of value there. In terms of it, there's a lack of comfort in dealing with those differences, okay? And then we've got house 6. Yeah, exactly. establishing a foundation, health, daily life, practical details. This is ruled by the sign of Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is also communication, right? It is intellect, thoughts, and all the things. So we've got the planet of beauty and love and comfort and finances, and we've got the planet of communication and intellect here, and they're both in reverse. So here we have a lack of value, we have a lack of assets, we have a lack of perspective. I heard a lack of intellect. Be mindful of who you're asking about, okay? Be mindful of who you're asking about on the worst sense of the shadow. Like, leave it alone, because it's not friendly, okay? Here, when we talk about allowance, I do associate that with like money. So with Taurus in reverse, it feels like a lack of money could be a potential issue, or assets, because actually how 6 rules work day-to-day life. I mentioned on a light of sense, this feels like forfeiting responsibility. So don't forfeit responsibilities. If you're caught in the la of the you know, I guess honeymoon phase of a connection, don't do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep talking about that on the shadow. But here, in the lightest of sense, it does feel like just rolling with it, right? Because again, I mentioned the shadow of a lack of routine, not working, not having value, lacking personal assets. These are things on the shadow side, okay? On the lighter side, none of this matters. Like, you don't need a routine. And like, yes, you do need a routine. Do not get lost in this person. All right? At the bottom, you've got Uranus, radically change. Oh yeah, this is my chaotic pile. This is my chaotic pile. Some of you, this person's like, let's get hitched. Yeah, on the lightest of sense. I love that for you. Like, some people might think you're crazy. I did not expect it. I mean, I guess this is actually the non-traditional brownie now that I think about it. Like, it's a chocolate chip Blondie brownie. So it's like a cooked chocolate chip cookie mixed with a brownie. So I could see why. Oh, I get the energy now. It's 2 completely different desserts combined. Got it. That's why we've got all of this good and bad. See how that works out? But Uranus talks about shocks, surprises. It is Aquarius energy. It is that 11th house of networking and all the things. So I mentioned being super outside. So in a healthiest sense, you're like all outside, collaborating, double dating, hanging out with everyone. Like, you know, if you're religious, you're in religious groups. If you're like doing community work, because 6 of Pentacles in tradition could be community work. You're out teaching together, doing all kinds of things together. Love that for you. But there's also that side of you that just really gets lost in each other. I mean, I love that for you, but just ground your energy and make sure you're not neglecting things you're supposed to be doing. And then there's that really dark side that I'm leaving it alone, okay? Something shocking and surprising this person is thinking. I know we're talking about how this person's thinking, and I'm talking about how the connection is going, but these are the things that this person's thinking about or planning, all of the things I've discussed, okay? Because it's already like, especially those of you that are like really lost with each other, within each other, you've merged so much that like the energy is that combined, right? Like how you're actually interacting with one another versus this person's thoughts. Lost with one another, that slip of the tongue I just had of just not like, some of you, it could even be like miscommunication due to like language barriers, all of the things. Like, it's just not fun. And Uranus does rule like shocking pairings. So pairings that could be potentially so unique that they don't necessarily work in the worst sense, or that people wouldn't expect to work. You do have believe in the impossible at the bottom. So just rare instances, like 2 people that you put them together, it's either going to go exceptionally well or it's going to burn down. That's no in between for this pile. And it makes sense because you put a cookie on top of a brownie. So it was either going to be delicious or completely nasty. And depending on who you ask, you know. So I love that for this pile on the lightest of sins. On the shadow side, I mean, maybe you're trying something different. And there's a lesson. There's a lot to gain from the experience, even if it's not ideal. Tell me more about this pile number 1. Oh, it's a lot going on. Yeah, there's a lot to gain. If it's not working, don't rely on me to tell you that. Okay? On the shadow sense. And I say that because we've got this Libra energy on here where it's a win-win outcome is forecast upright. I mean, in reverse, it was in reverse, like it's not going to be that way. And avoiding releasing negativity. A lot of hard work. I mean, it could pay off if it's worth it, but is it worth it? That's up to you. This is your life. I'm just the reader. You know, I can pull as many cards as I want. I don't have to deal with you and this person. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's up to you on the shadow side. Tell me more about my pile number 1. Let's get back into this lighter. So thinking, feeling, next move. I mean, let me find that middle group. Let me find that middle group. I get a vibe of this person is studying, and that's so cute. Like this person's like trying to figure out, okay, what's the best way? Like that awkward group where it's like there's miscommunications. Because I'm not gonna lie, both the extremes are just so, like, it sucked me in because it's loud and it's intense. I'm not gonna lie. But those of you where it's like awkward and it's still, this is as intense, but the awkward nature is kind of grounding you. I hate to say it like that. The awkward energy is grounding you. Whatever the weird, negative, or miscommunication vibes you have, it's just a lack of schedule, looks like. Because again, Taurus is self-worth, your personal assets, yours, like in your chart, like not theirs, yours. So yours, and then like I don't need, look, there's a look, see, now that I've stepped into that energy, not only because I couldn't formulate the feelings because it was just la feelings for the other groups, but here I truly am struggling with my words, and that makes sense because I have Virgo in reverse. Okay, struggling with the words. Okay, some of you there's a intimidating energy here because someone may be intimidated by what they feel is someone's intellect. With teacher here, I can see that, but it's like, you got to stop. This person's got to stop because I can't read the energy because it's making it hard for me in my words. What was I talking about? This person studying your assets from your perspective, this person's assets from their perspective. That's what this rules. And so in reverse, it's like possibly not being able to focus on someone because you're focused on your stuff, because this is your routine, right? Not being able to fit someone in the routine. Okay, so that's what we've got right here. Okay, so that could be what's going on here, what this person's thinking about. Okay, give me a card from this deck. Thank you. 2. Something about this person has 2 distinct thoughts. Okay, just in general, or 2 distinct, 2 distinct thoughts, I guess. All right, take time to breathe out, bring love into the situation. So, okay, so this person, this in reverse could be a break. I could see that. I'll put you here so we can still see. Either you're taking a break, they're thinking about that. But bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Okay, all right. And that's more collective community energy. This is the sign ruled by this planet. You see, so something shocking, something they're thinking about is very shocking, very unique, very different, okay? And it could be possibly something that they're doing or planning to do or thinking of doing, okay? Because it's like, after a break, let's bring love into the situation. Like that could be all types of connections. I'm leading with that crush where maybe you would want the most answers, right? Because you're like, there's a weird vibe, I don't know what's going on. It's not bad, it's just awkward or weird, or slightly bad. That could be repaired, like not the complete incompatibility. Space, and then reconnecting maybe after, possibly in a collaborative, like I say, collaborative. This is not anything work related. This is fun, social, community, friendship setting. Okay, that's what I'm getting for this group after a break. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, on the most shadow sense, that's still the thing. Like, let's just take space, let's regroup and see if we can bring it together in whatever community collective space. Some of you maybe even some, like, I got a wedding vibe, like maybe like a wedding, baby shower, something like that. Anything, any event that would bring a community together. Let's see if we can just get it together after that. Okay. On the lightest of sense, I can see like a shocking, I told you I got like pitched energy, so good for y'all. I love that. Okay, you're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, on the lightest of side, I can see that in the most chaotic way. For those of you where it's going that well, love that for you. And then let me see. Be mindful on the shadow side of money issues, asset issues, because it's a thing, by the way. Like, I know I mentioned it in passing, but money issues is a thing on the shadow, okay? Even on the lightest sense, it could be if you're neglecting responsibilities, okay? So let me see, because I got that here, okay? You know, y'all know I'm a Virgo, and like, I always say I love doing these love readings for y'all, but you know it's not my first choice. It's fun. I like that you guys, you know, are responsive to them. But if I see something that could be impacted outside of that in your day-to-day life, I'm going to make sure you know, like, hold on, just don't mess up your money. Because that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Let me pull from this deck. I'm getting ready to close it out. Yeah, communication. That's a thing here, all right? Communication. A conversation is on the horizon. Someone is planning to reach out. Be ready to express yourself. So yeah, after a break or whatever, like someone is wanting to talk it out in the worst sense. Like in the worst sense, they may talk it out. I mean, it's up to y'all. Figure out how you're gonna handle it. This your life. In the real awkward sense, communication. The person's talking possibly to, with teacher here, they're possibly talking to like a mentor or someone that they consider to be, you know, more mature, someone that really knows what they're doing. Especially, they may even be speaking to someone that's already married. I get that. Okay. Thinking, feeling, next move. Because this is all related to next move. So, conversations regarding that. And then also, wanting to talk it out, make it less awkward or whatever the thing is, okay? And then we've got, on the lightest of sense, just continuing to merge with one another in the communication, just continuing to communicate all the time. I love that for you, but please make sure you're prioritizing other areas of your life. I love this pile for you, but please make sure you're prioritizing other areas of your life. Laughter, the laughter shared between soulmates warms the spirit in a way no code could ever. Laughter. I love that. It's sweet. It's fun. I'll put it right here. Very fun, very youthful. Just continuing to merge with one another on the lightest of sense. On the shadow, I mean, I feel like what I like about this shadow, because there's two sides of the shadow. There's a side where it's truly just not going to work. And unfortunately, I do see this person wanting to try to skate past the fact that it doesn't work, or you doing that whenever whatever conversation happens, right? Like just keeping it going. It's going to go as long as you guys let it go. I mean, if it's not truly not going to work, like sometimes it's just not going to work, but just kind of laughing it off and just trying to force it anyway, that's up to you. But what I like about the other side of the shadow is growing together, right? Being a little more open-minded with one another, right? Through the differences and being respectful, possibly of other people's cultures, languages, all of the things like that. You know, it could work out if it's genuinely open-minded nature. Like if you're trying to force something, anytime you force something, it just does not work. So I'll leave you with that. But the lightest sense of the pile is just like, yep, we're going to merge more. We're going to talk more. We're going to laugh more. We're going to just be super happy and all of the things. That really awkward side, I do see it possibly fading away. I do see like, I'm getting a huge advice kind of a vibe for whatever reason. So it could be on how to make things less awkward, make schedules less awkward, all of the things like that. Okay, so let me get one from here. I'm almost done. I'm pulling one from this deck and maybe, oh, this is right here. Is this incoming? It is flirt. Yeah. Look at you. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So yeah, my pure crush, flirt. Like they're gonna, like, that's the next move. It's the flirt. Be playful. Okay. And you've got, yeah, look, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Exactly. That's what we've got here. Yeah, I can put this over here in the corner. That's fine. We're closing it out. Let me get from this last deck and close it out. Tell me more about this person's next move. What they're thinking, what they're feeling about my pile number 1. That's way too many. There we go. All right. Incoming energy related to laughter, faith. Okay. Well, this person does have faith that it could work out regardless of whatever side you're on. And I mentioned that. I talked about it. In the worst case, you'll continue. I mean, it's not a bad. I say worse. It's not necessarily worse. On the deepest of that shadow where it's going to end, it's just not meant to be long term. That's everything happens in divine timing, right? Every soul contract ends when it's truly meant to. And if you have more to learn and grow through one another, that's just development you'll take to whatever your next connection is beyond one another. So if you're not ready to separate or leave this person alone, if you're just talking to them, that's fine. And I'm leading with that because that's the most side of like, if you're not happy, you know, do whatever you want to do. But again, there's a side where you're going to really grow. You're going to become more open-minded with one another, and you're going to expand, and whatever chaos is going to, like, slowly over time get better if you're truly, like, wanting that and you're okay with powering through the chaos. And then there's again that awkward group where it's like super cute, like you'll realize you've been overreacting, this person will realize they've been overreacting, and you'll get to know each other. And then yeah, I mean, there's that side of you that's just gonna just keep merging even deeper within one another. You have the letter F, that could be relevant. At the bottom we've got, ooh, heartbreak. I don't want to keep that. All right. This is fear of rejection on that really awkward side. Okay. On the lightest side, this is you and this person kind of getting to know each other even deeper. That's part of the conversations of reflecting on your past, right? Part of why you're merging so deeply with one another, because it's like, yeah, this is how my past was. This is how your past was. It's crazy. That's amazing. We're together. That side of the pile is chaotic in the best way, but like I'm telling you, ground your energy. But again, on that shadow, it's like faith and trying to power through to avoid separating from someone you probably should. So let me get one more because I don't want to close with that at the bottom. And then I don't want y'all to overreact to that in the comments. Let me get one more. Tell me more about this pile number 1, please. How's this person feeling about my pile number 1, please? Some of you, it is faith-based. The differences I'm realizing. All right, I love it. All of you here, you're dealing with a soulmate, right? Like every single last one of you. I say that because you got soulmates. And I actually do have a reading where this is a thing. I don't remember what it's called, but if you scroll, I don't have a gazillion readings. You just quickly scroll through my readings. You'll see like this is on one of the thumbnails. So maybe there's a message for you there. Because I can see it. I just cannot for the life of me just really find, like I can't zoom in on the image right now to see what it's called. But soulmates, and for better for worse, all soulmates are not meant to be forever. All soulmates are not meant to give you the happiest, most pleasurable experiences. Okay, but fade soulmates. On the lighter side, you find like a soulmate that you're probably gonna marry. It's gonna be great. I love it because this feels like a couple that's such a high vibe that you're gonna impact all of the people around you. Right? Just because of, like, you know, those couples that just walk around and their energy is just so good that everybody's happy around them. Like, even if the vibe in the room was off, they come in and it's just like everything's better. That's you guys. And I love that. Look at you. Love song. Yeah, it's like a love song, like just a walking love song. Just the two of you walking around, just being a love song in action. Love it. All right, so that is all I have for you today, Pile 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 2, my red velvet brownie. Let's see where your crush is thinking, feeling, and their next move. So, I heard chapter closed. Love it. Yeah, let me just get it. I was gonna be like, oh, maybe I'm channeling something. Nope, just clear energy. Because even like I feel like my throat's a little clearer, so some good throat chakra energy coming through. Just something about being very clear for this pile. So love it for my red velvet brownie. And then for those of you that are new, I read past, present, and incoming energy, and I read polarities. So light and shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. And I'm honest. So if there's a shadow, you may hear something unfavorable, but you're going to need to use your intuition to help you support yourself in figuring out where you fall, okay? Because you know who you're asking about. And if you don't, you will see soon as you either get to know this person, or if this person makes whatever move you're hoping they make, or if you make the move, right? Because it all depends. So let's start pulling the cards. At the bottom, you do have remembrance. It did catch my attention, so this could be relevant, that symbol. And I did see Earth just now when I split the deck, so we could be talking about Earth signs. Could be you or this person. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. All right. Could also be relevant seasons. Okay. Tell me about this red velvet brownie. What is the red velvet brownie thinking, feeling about my pile number 2 and their possible next move? Okay. That's almost okay, cohesive. Coherence. I don't know why I want to call it cohesive, but coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. So this does feel a little bit like a manifesting you pile. Could be light, could be shadow. But what I love about this energy is that it says harmonizing the heart with the mind. So this is a person that may be truly trying to figure out how to express, like how to accurately express how they feel. Love it. Okay. And I always say for better, for worse, because for better, for worse, right? We have synergy, and it talks about, it's like a synchronicity type energy, right? It says it supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. And it reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. This is a person that is really excited about taking whatever next step with you. Okay, whatever that is, whatever stage of the connection, that's what they're excited about, for better, for worse. And I say that honestly, okay? On the lightest of sense, honestly, in all sense, you know exactly, like I feel like I've been saying this today, so I don't know what's happening in the air. Could be the new moon in Pisces or something. Things are clear. Right, 3, 4, 5, I said that 3 minutes 45 seconds of your pile, like steps. So this person has been actively taking steps so that you can truly see how they feel, for better, for worse. So nothing I say is surprising, and you shouldn't struggle to find which polarity you're on. I'm liking the clarity here because sometimes y'all get in the comments and act confused. And I do like to say sometimes when you're confused, usually it's an avoidance of some kind of truth. Okay. So just be cognizant. Look, I can't even speak. Just make sure you're realizing that. Okay. Like if you're confused, sit with yourself and think about why. Okay. All right. Some of you on the purest of crush sense, this person feels like they've been dropping hints and that you've not been catching on with this combination. And they're trying to figure out how else, okay? That's the main thing here I'm getting. Which is why they're trying to figure out how to accurately express how they feel, because some of you, this person feels like they've possibly been doing that, but not in the best way. Some of you, they realize they've not been doing it in the best way, and they realize that they're just being that way. And then others of you, they truly just think it's going over your head. I feel like this energy comes through some often. Okay, so let me see, right? Because of the acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations. Okay, some of you, this person's really excited about the fact of how they didn't see you coming with that, right? Like it feels like feeling compatible with someone you didn't think you would. On the shadow side, obviously we got that opposite energy. So let me see, tell me more about my red velvet brownie. How is this person thinking? How are they feeling? What's their next move? So far, it looks like they're want to make it clear. 9, solitude, hermit energy. So yeah, I mean, the hermit energy talks about being to yourself. It talks about wisdom. It talks about gaining knowledge and self-discovery. Now, what I like to see here on the crush sense is single energy. Like this is someone that's single. This is someone that's wondering if you're single, wanting to confirm if they haven't. Okay, also wanting to confirm that they're single if they haven't. Okay, wanting to confirm that they're not dating anyone else, all of the things like that. Okay, that's what I get for this energy. Now, this is also hermit is also Virgo energy. Okay, ruled by the sign of Virgo. So could be relevant placements. Letter S could be relevant. And then when we talk about also houses in astrology, rules the 6th house of health, wellness, routine, day-to-day activity. Okay, possibly making sure that that is coherent. Okay, all right, more 9s. Okay, this is a single person. So watch it on the shadow because it's a single person, like, right? Whether you realize that or not, okay? Because 9s close cycles. So they do represent endings. Because I don't even know what made me stop and look at this. But it's also single energy. And it says suffering and silence. So that's a 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords talks about like anxiety, not being able to sleep at night. Some of you on the last sense, this is someone that really is single, that really likes you, that may think about you at night. Like they're really invested in you and you only. In the lighter sense. On the shadow sense, it's someone that is single or wants to be single and is not communicating that effectively. Okay, so watch it. All right, tell me more about this red velvet brownie and what they're thinking about my pile number 2. Some of you, this is a person that's studying something, right? Like with the 9 of Swords I just saw, like, because swords represent the mind. Some of you, this person may, because there's a single energy focused on the self, studying something. And that's not, right? It'll look, it's still here. Like it's not a, like some of you, it's not that a person wants to be single, because I wanted to clarify that as it came through, because it hit me after I had already moved on. So some of you may be misinterpreting your crush, thinking that your crush is not interested in you or that they want to be single because they're prioritizing health, wellness, work, things like that. Okay, got it. Tell me more about my red velvet brownie. How are they thinking, feeling about my pile number 2? Possible next steps, please. Might be a while, might have taken a while. Something about taking a long time. Okay. Oh, some of you, this person's wondering, like, this crush is like, okay, so the Seven of Swords, okay, it says deception and envy, right? Some of you, this person's a little jealous, okay? Especially like if you went into like hermit mode, because that's the hermit, right? Like a little jealous because it just feels, because that's why I got all the single energy, like wanting to make sure you're single, making sure you know they're single, okay? And then it's funny because my music just shifted. Like I have my little sounds going and it just shifted. It did shift. My music has nothing to do with y'all, but energetically as I'm like channeling, the shift matters. So it went from like, okay, if you're interested in your crush, which obviously you are, there may be a little miscommunication. I don't know why. I don't know what, I mean, it makes sense. That's why you keep having me do these readings. That's why you all keep coming to these readings. But there's a miscommunication. Like some of you, this person's wondering if you're seeing someone else. Okay. The Seven of Swords is deceptive energy. It's sneaky energy. Okay. And it also, like it's traditionally the thief, like someone getting over and sneaking off with something. Some of you, this person's worried that someone will steal you from them in that sense. And then also, what else? They think you're hiding something. They're wondering what you're hiding in the shadow. I mean, could even be the light sense, but it's just, I don't know, if you pull back your energy for any reason, that's the thing, okay? All right. Also, there's an energy of some of you are here asking about someone that is truly just disengaged. Let me see. Oh, I mean, I've gotten that a little bit lately, but like some of you are asking about someone that's not engaged with you. Like you may have a crush or some of you are nosy, but this person's truly just not engaged at all. And you'd be very surprised, not so obvious, never seen before combinations, like something that would be a little bit surprising. You'd actually be surprised at how this person's like actually moving, I guess, in silence or whatever's going on with this person. You're not getting this person's business if you're being nosy. Even if it comes out, it'll probably be confusing just because I got that here. And that's the shift of the music as well. Because I get that here. And I don't know that I've ever read it like, oh, you're asking about someone that's disengaged from you that you probably shouldn't be asking about, and the way they're moving is really none of your business and has absolutely nothing to do with you. Sevens have been coming out a lot. Seven's been coming out a lot. Patience and planning. Got it. Yeah, some of you, those of you that are asking about a crush, this person's like possibly working on something, because the Seven of Pentacles is a harvest. Okay, like it's a harvest, and it talks about results after putting in some sort of work, some sort of effort. Okay, possibly effort that is happening discreetly. Okay, so interesting. I love this because on the lightest of sneaky sense, yeah, I said it. Some of you have a crush that's like being sneaky in the best ways. Okay, now I mentioned all that other energy at the beginning on the shadow. Okay, so let me just take this at the bottom so I don't keep dragging this out. 9 of Cups, Fulfillment of wishes. Yeah, look at you. Some of you, your crush is like really doing something good. Like they're really working on something. They're prioritizing something that will really deeply enrich them on an individual level. Okay, so if you're wondering what's preoccupying this person's time, because I feel like some of you are like, well, yeah, what's this person thinking? What are they feeling? And it's truly like a crush or someone you're in a relationship with. They're working on something that they think is going to benefit them as an individual. I love that. That's great. That's where their time is. They could, and I think they may realize they're not communicating that effectively if you're connected. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see what else I see. Watch it. This is a single person. So if we're talking, like, this is my unattached pal, just so we're clear. I'm realizing that. And I love it because I feel like consistently, I love that red velvet, whatever it is. Every time it's either a cookie, brownie, cupcake, whatever it is. Like, if I can find it and it's like in season, I'll make sure we include it because you guys really like the red velvet. And it's always giving me like the unattached vibes. On the shadow sense, this is an unattached person. Like, you may be asking about someone that is completely unattached, wanting to be unattached, or you think you're attached and you're not. Okay? Or you're wanting to continue being attached and this person does not. Like, that's the shadow. But the lightest side is this person's like expanding, growing on all levels, like spiritually, mentally, physically, like looks like financially, just in terms of their fulfillment. Like, this is someone that's really growing and evolving. Okay? And they're interested in you. If anything, I feel like something hits, then like you'll have more of their time and energy if like this is someone you're connecting with. Okay? But like there's some sort of a goal here with the 7 of Pentacles and this 9 of Cups. But if the question, because this is my unattached, probably pure crush, if the question here is, are they single? Are they thinking about other people? Are they looking to date other people? Absolutely not. This is a person that's focused on evolution as a person, developing skills, and whatever harvest that they're chasing. Okay? I love it. Look at you. I like to give that confirmation because I'm always giving bad news, y'all. I'm always giving bad news. And there is some here for those that are here, but those of you where you're on that shadow, it should not be difficult to find. And if you're confused, sit with yourself and ask why. Because yeah, I think the main thing is this, some of you, this person's literally thinking like, I sure hope, like the red velvet, like brownie, right? The red velvet brownie is like literally thinking like, man, I sure hope like Pao2 doesn't think like I'm like dating other people, or that I'm like dealing with other people, or that I'm not available because I'm like working on all this stuff. That's the vibe. Look at you. I like it. Just because there was an energy that I remember came out in Pile 1, and it was great energy. But I'm not gonna lie, the best side, it didn't really look like a group that, like, it didn't look like a couple that had lives outside of each other. Like, the best of the pile was like, y'all don't know how to live without each other. This is because this is the unattached group, is like, oh, look at you. Like, this is a group where you're like really connecting and vibing, but you're still like, you have your own thing going on. Like, being able to merge without like losing yourself. Basically, this is like a healthy situation, right? Let me see. Tell me more about, look at you. What is this? No, I'm not doing it. I will take those 2 in the bottom. Look at you, always picking red. Red. But we've got soulmate, destiny, connection, love, unconditional compatibility. And then we've got old school, vintage, chivalrous dates, courtship, photos. I like it. This is a really sweet energy. So yeah, this is how this person feels. Just these themes alone. This is what they're thinking. It just feels like a prioritizing of a thing and an emphasis on being single and possibly ruminating on whether or not you realize they're single, and ruminating on whether or not you're single and dating. That's a thing here, okay? That's a thing here. Well, no, I don't want to cover that because we need to see. So what's at the bottom? Secret admirer, look at you. That's so sweet. So crush, stranger, love, daydreaming, surprises. I love this energy. Fulfillment of wishes could technically be a surprising energy, but this is a sweet energy. So go back to those secret admirer readings. Maybe you'll get more information on this person. There's a lot of S's here, could be relevant. P is here as well. This is a really sweet pile. Person likes you a lot, right? As much as they can at whatever level of the connection you're at. Maybe you're the red piles. I mean, you're the red piles. You pick red because this is the red velvet brownie. And I keep forgetting it, but red velvet brownie. Just go back to all of the red piles, okay? My little theme music I have in the background actually has red and purple. Look at you. So yeah, some of you are gonna be purple somewhere. I don't know where, because I have a variety of purple messages. So let me pull from these astrology based decks, and then I'll close with those love decks. Let me see. Tell me more about watch it on the shadow. I hate that I have to do it because it's such a high vibe. I'm just going to mention it. Where we talk about someone being single or wanting to be single, right? Because that whole not so obvious, never seen before combinations feels like a surprise, like catching someone off guard. And we do have surprises here with Secret Admirer. Be cognizant of where you fall, because on the further sense of the shadow, this person could already like see someone else that they may be connecting with. I hate saying that because I know that the lighter side of this pile is super paranoid, because I literally like this person's paranoid and you may be as well. With the Soulmate card, some of you, this person's watching you on the lighter side as well. Like this person is admiring you. Okay. I mentioned, I think, manifesting an opportunity, like hoping for a chance and all the things. So watch on the shadow side, but some of you, this person may be connecting with someone or already have their eyes on maybe watching someone else. Oh yeah. Ooh. Cause see, I moved, and like when I moved my thumb, this card slipped. I'm not gonna take it because I want to keep shuffling, but that's into really south. No, some of you, some of you, someone is possibly reflecting, because old school, I've always compared it to like an old soul, right? Like this person you're asking about maybe an old soul, especially on the light side. You may be an old soul, they may be an old soul, but on the shadow, like old soul references past. And like my thumb moved and south, no, like it's like if you move your thumb, move something, you'll see something destined to release. Like some of you, this person's reflecting, thinking about someone from their past that they haven't let go of. Okay, I get that. Possibly watching this person. Okay, or dealing with this person when you think they're alone with deception or envy. Like, because again, Seven of Swords is sneaky energy. Is moving in a way where people can't see, and planning, right? So just be cognizant. I don't like that shadow came through, because it's such a good energy, right? On the lighter side. So back to the lighter side, this person's probably secretly admiring you, watching you, when we talk about photos and things like that, since we have that here. They're thinking about dates. They're thinking about connecting with you. If you have dates, they're reflecting on that. All the fun experiences. You make them feel really good. All right, tell me more about my red velvet brownie. Position. Okay, we've got opposition, imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. Okay. This is my pile of like, oh, it's a lot of like certain levels. Levels, like letters. I'm seeing S's, I'm seeing O's, I'm seeing P's, okay? And Earth. So I'll get to this in a second, but opposition talks about opposing perspectives, conflicting. Okay, so heart versus mind, like actions that don't match words in a shadow sense. Okay. On a lighter sense, it could be that way as well, because if this person's being sneaky in a lightest way. But yeah, oppositions can just be trying to find harmony in the middle of a polarity in the lightest sense. I keep getting an energy of being too different. But watch it where I mention, because that past energy came in. Okay. I mentioned the letter B. Persistence, patience, and practicality. Yeah, a lot of P's, a lot of O's, a lot of S's could be relevant. Okay. Because I don't know, it caught my eye because it's on the table like a gazillion times. But earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then I don't really struggling to get grounded, right? Like struggling to stabilize. So if you're struggling to stabilize with this person, there may be reasons why on the shadow. On the lightest sense, the struggle to, this person's thinking about why, like all of the reasons why they're struggling to ground into the connection with you, like all of the roadblocks, all of the opposition, all of the times that kind of make it hard, right? And they're looking for ways to get out of that. On the shadow, opposition to stability is this person stalling. Okay, like this person's like, if they're not wanting to, like when we think about future plans and what you're like, where you're going, where you're headed, you know, all of the next steps or potential next steps at any stage of the connection, any resistance to that is for a very clear reason that I've described. Okay. Saturn, feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience, like making it harder than it needs to be on the shadow. Okay, where do I place, I can put this here. Yeah, that works. On the lightest of sense, this person's willing to put in the work with you. They're willing to do what it takes to see something long term. Saturn is something that it's the glue in synastry. So like you see it in like long-term marriages and all of the things, like just enough of a challenge, just enough lessons to keep it interesting, right? So that things don't get stale. That's kind of what it talks about. But Saturn is lessons. It is learning. It is hardship. Some of you, this person may be dealing with some type of opposition or hardship. Okay. And that may be what they're prioritizing. But it's not a lack of interest with soulmate, old school. Okay. But again, watch soulmate, old school combination feels like this person may feel like their soulmate is someone past. Okay. So just watch that. Okay. And you would know, because like you, I don't want to. If it comes out more, I'll keep developing that. But I don't really want to. I don't really want to. So I have a lot of other readings. Okay, the key sign is being disengaged and hard to reach. Again, oh, they want you to know the key sign is opposition to stability. Okay. Like an imbalance when it comes to persistence, patience, practice, like yeah. All right, tell me more about my red velvet brownie. What are they thinking, feeling? What are their next moves towards my pile number 2? What is this? I'm not gonna lie, I'm really digging the oh yeah, somebody's really old school, because I don't say digging. I don't say that at all. But I'm really like digging the secret admirer vibe, because on the lightest of sense, I hate it on the shadow, but on the lightest of sense, go back to those readings. You may find something cute about your person. I don't know. Luck is on your side. Why is that? Okay, so I don't even know how I want to take that, because it's okay. It's coming in twice. Okay, it's coming in two ways. It's a reversal. It's also maturing. So it's gonna be either way, right? On the lighter side, it's maturing. Luck is on your side. This person feels exceptionally lucky to have encountered you. Exceptionally lucky. They feel like luck is on their side. They feel like they were just the luckiest person ever when they got with you. Wish fulfillment, okay? Or when they encountered you or have the opportunity to pursue. In reverse, person's not feeling very lucky with you, okay? This also could be an indicator of some of you, this person is just either not in a lucky period or prioritizing something that they could get lucky on or that they did, like a prosperous time, right? Where there's a potential harvest with the Seven of Pentacles, like they're prioritizing a harvest, okay? In a lighter sense, but watch it with this reversal of luck. Like this could be a symbol of you not being very lucky with this person, especially if they're prioritizing, possibly obsessing elsewhere, okay? And then we've got I'm getting on the shadow watch it. This is not a lucky situation for you. This person's not feeling very lucky. And this is also a red card. So I'm getting that this is let me just like I don't really want to deal with the reverse, so I'm gonna be honest, because I don't really have the energy, but it is time to take action. So there is some action coming. Let me get one more. I'll take the bottom. I realized, yeah, wait. Ooh. I almost shuffled it away. That's a new moon in Aries. That's if we're talking spring in real time, Aries season may be relevant, okay? Where something comes out. I guess I'll just, no, that's wait, it's wait, I can't. I should have taken that Aries card, but I was running from the shadow because I love giving you guys the clarity you need, but sometimes it makes these readings a little longer than I need for them to be, okay? Especially those of you that need to be told things multiple times. On the lighter sense, I think it's cute when we get synchronicities. On the shadow side, I don't like to have to keep repeating things that don't sound good, you know? So let me get one more. I'll take the bottom. Tell me more about my pile number 2. What is the red velvet cup? Ooh, go to the red velvet cupcake, I guess. Maybe that may be your pile. What is the red velvet brownie? I mean, you're picking all of the red velvets. You're picking all of the reds. Whether it's because you like the story or if you're truly resonating with it. Let me see. Tell me more about my pile number. One of the things I'm being told to emphasize, my key signs on the table. I do have a little bit of Capricorn here with my Saturn influences, but I have heavy Virgo, straight up Sagittarius, and I have Capricorn twice. I have Capricorn twice. I have Virgo twice, and I do have Taurus, okay? Nothing will come of the situation. Well, I mean, let me just put it back. It is what it is. On my lightest sense, you're fine. Like, nothing will come of the situation means that this person's just living their life. You're living your life, okay? And that the challenges may stabilize, right? This is talking to that shadow because the shadow seems to not be grasping, because that's why I started to step in prominently. Like the lighter side is like, yep, I know that's exactly what's going on with my person. Thanks for the confirmation. Some of you may have even like logged off. And I said that at like, I'm saying that at like 33 minutes and like 33 sections of your pile. So some of you are like, yep, I got what I needed and moved on. But that shadow, okay, because it says take time to breathe out, disseminating moon, like kind of same vibe. Because disseminating moons is like a time for no action, right? That's the opposition. If there's no progression, this isn't a lucky situation for you, okay? If there's no progression, okay? All right. Full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Exact same vibe. They want me to drill it down for those of you that are on that shadow. Okay. So now we have Taurus twice. So we've got Capricorn twice. So I think I mentioned at the beginning a heavy earth vibe. So we got Capricorn twice, we got Virgo twice, and now we've got Taurus twice. And yeah. For sure. So yeah, I mean, if there's no next steps, like if there's stalling or stagnation of moving too slow, because Taurus energy is moving too slow, like dream leading practice, if there's a moving too slow and no real steps to like advance a connection, right? I'm not talking about like the crushes where you're like, this is a person that like you like, they like you, but you're both like doing your own thing. You both have lives and goals to achieve. I'm talking to those of you where you're like connecting with somebody and you've just been in a talking stage for a long time, or you've just been dating for a long time, or like you're dating in an improbable situation because they're not so obvious, never seen before combinations where it's like an unconventional setup and something's off, and in order for it to work long term there's going to have to be some type of shift, and you're not seeing any steps towards whatever shift would be necessary. Just watch it, because this seems, I can very clearly see a preoccupation with something else. Some of you, it's truly self-growth, self-goals, and just wanting to be single. Others of you, I did get, because it slipped in my hand, a preoccupation, an opposition with a past tie. Whether being preoccupied and actively chasing it, or just secret admiring, watching this person. Okay, so let me pull from this love-based deck. There's 3. Okay, this is a maturing energy. Final shot. Now is the time. The clock is ticking. If you never shoot your shot, then you will always wonder what if. Yeah, look at you on the lightest sense. This person's really excited. They're like, yeah, I'm going to get my stuff together, and then I'm going to like shoot my shot at pile 2. And something about a final shot, like something about this person on a lighter sense, they're telling themselves like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let me just muster up myself so that I can really like shoot my, like a very clear, very direct shot at my pile 2. That's where red velvet cake is. Red velvet cake is like shooting the shot, or you know, that's the thing. And then we've got that shadow. And you know what I just got, like I just finished talking about watching somebody. There's final shot. So let me just take this bottom, because that could be where this person's head is and why they're dragging, okay? Clarity. Someone finally sees the answer that was right in front of their eyes. The vision is clear, therefore what is to come shall be clear too. I'm hoping that clarity is the shadow side of this pile so I can stop talking about it. And then what's this that's showing itself? Magnetic souls will take it. Your sacred souls are instantly drawn towards each other. So what I like about the what do you need to release? Blue moon. What I like about this shadow, this person's very clear. I mean, I don't like about the shadow, I'm so sorry. I mean, I like that it's clear, because if it's clear, then like it's clear. But what I like about the lighter side of the pile is that it's clear. Like this person's like, okay, I know what I want, I know what I'm doing, you know, love at first sight. I'm laughing because it's like instantly drawn, like, you know what I mean? Like what I get, and I feel like I've said this before, you will know how this person feels about you by the way they look at you. Like it's in the eyes, it's in the eye contact, okay? They're instantly drawn towards one another, or if it's just dull, okay? If it's just dull. All right. It's in the eyes. Tell me more about my pile number 2, my red velvet brownie. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, and it could be issues for some of you, but I feel like letter F is relevant. Like it's a lot of letters here. It could be people's names, all the things. I don't know. I just, when I see it emphasized like that, I just call it out. But yeah, finances and career. Somebody's like really taking a time sensitive approach to their career right now. Like there's something that's very time sensitive. Okay, and it feels like my light is sent to the like, you know, like you may be paranoid because you're watching this reading. That's why I'm calling you the paranoid one. But I know this person's. I see it on the table. Like there was a huge jealousy here where this person's like, I wonder if like while I'm like doing my stuff, if Pal too is like in the streets. I don't believe that's the. I mean, I don't know what you're doing, Pal, too, but red velvet red velvet brownie, right? Because every time I see red velvet, I'm thinking of a cake, but that's a very unique brownie. But you know, maybe this person sees you as a very unique type of person. You're seeing this person as a very unique type of person, like a delicacy, right? Because it's so different, right? But this person's like, I wonder if like Pal 2 is like doing a thing in the streets. If you know you've been prioritizing things, that's what this person's been thinking. If you know this person's been prioritizing things, like that's what they're like, oh, I'm preoccupied and all of the things, okay? And if you've been questioning how busy this person actually is, like the red velvet brownie, I mean, I get like this person's like really something time sensitive career wise, okay? It's not gonna come from luck. Has to come from effort with this practical plan, okay? It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of love. And highest energy of all. So I said love. So I love this because whether you're unattached or if you're like connecting or trying to connect, what I love about this is my lighter side of the pile, you've gotten the green light to go. Like don't be all like paranoid. I think this person's gonna get the clarity. I don't know how. Maybe you'll connect and clarify because I'm giving you this message. But there's a clarity here that it is safe between the two of you, that there doesn't need to be any jealousy. There doesn't need to be any concerns. I'm confirming single. I'm confirming work. I'm confirming prioritizing of career and all of the things, and secret admiring in the light of suspense. Okay. Some of you on that shadow, one of the themes, is that under here? I just didn't catch it. Yeah, I think it is. I mentioned a lack of planning and whatnot, but opposition to earth signs is an opposition of stability. So if there's a lack of stability on your end, this person's end, this person may be seeking something more financially stable. And I don't mean just like, you know, I mean on the shadow. I mean like this person may be seeking a partner that can like, that they feel may be more financially stable. They may be seeking a partner they feel, especially if there's a historical tie like that they can get a final shot from. That's kind of where they're thinking, okay? So yeah, whatever. Let me close this out. Okay. On the lightest of sense, I don't want to say this person's probably gonna like be thinking about you, admiring you as they finish through whatever they're doing, but that seems to be the case. But I'm also getting like I don't really see an action, I'm not gonna lie. I do see, well, I got final shot, magnetic soul. So something's gonna happen. Maybe it'll be once a stabilizing of a career, that actual harvest, and this person feeling good and confident enough, right? Because I do get it is safe for you to love. And I do see you getting a clarity. I did just see sweet honey, so it's gonna work out well. I mean, I just don't see what the next move is. And it could be up in the air, especially if people are like here, there, everywhere, doing whatever they need to do. So tell me my final thoughts for my pile number 2 and my red velvet brownie, please. Okay. Is this what I consider as maturing? I think I would consider this maturing fireworks. It's in the eyes, okay? Your sacred souls are instantly attracted towards one another. Fireworks. So this is a person, this person sees fireworks. Okay? Fireworks. Okay? And if this finances and career thing is a thing, That's fireworks are kind of like a accumulation of things, right? Things coming together. The fireworks, right? Like this person's like, I got my fulfillment of wishes, I'm getting my harvest, and then boom, pow two. That's the thing, okay? Oh yeah, because at the bottom you got proposal. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna get whatever that is for any stage, right? If it's crush, you get to shoot the shot. A development, right? On the lighter side, this is, if you're on the lighter side, it's just the evolution of the connection, which is why the shadow side is that delayed, dragging energy and being preoccupied. Yeah, we got proposal in the future. Okay, we got complicated. So somebody's complicating things. There's a reason, okay? But the future is not complicated where this light side of the pile exists, okay? This person sees the future. There are fireworks. It's a thing, all right? So I'm going to close it out. That is all I have for you today, pile number 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3, my Fudge Brownie, the most classic brownie. I don't know how it's going to be relevant, but welcome to your reading. Let's see what your crush is thinking, their feelings, and their possible next move. So for those of you that are new, I read past, present, and coming energy. And I read from a polarity. Ooh, I got the throat thing, which literally drinking water right now. So I might be talking too much. I read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow side of the pile. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey, okay? Some of you, because I got the throat thing, when I said that, like either, I don't know how, but maybe you're on both sides of the pile, or maybe you'll be like, maybe like one side was your history, one side is your present or incoming. I don't know, but right when I went to mention the polarity, that's when I got the throat thing. Or maybe some of you are really confused when it comes to that. I find that in the lightest of sense, and I mean that because I said it at 1 minute and 11 seconds of your pile, on the lightest of sense, if you're just paranoid or you don't have a tendency of that, it's likely paranoia. If it's if you're genuinely confused, that's for a reason. What I heard just now, why I made the pause, and I've never thought of it this way before, or I've never like channeled it this way before. So I'm gonna say, I mean, apply it to any pile you pick for this group, but it's definitely true for this. If you find yourself naturally just looking to cling, ooh, I don't know, it may apply for all readings because I feel like I'm like really like spitting right now. If you find that you're naturally looking for the shadow, like you're naturally clinging without any external reason, like if nothing happened that would lead you to believe something's wrong, you're just naturally in these readings like, yep, I'm the shadow, or my person might be the shadow. It's your paranoia, possibly trauma speaking. If you're like, oh, I'm confused, I'm thinking I'm the light side, but I'm confused, usually that's a subconscious or even halfway conscious denial of the actual shadow. So, I mean, unless there's reasons, because you come here with history with these people, right? Or any type of energy that you've gotten from them, any vibe. And if you're just naturally clinging to the negative out of fear of being wrong for picking the worst, like I said, that's paranoia. If you're naturally picking the light because you're hoping that you're not the shadow, that's what I'm being told. Okay, that's what I'm being told. So I don't want to keep drawing this out. Let's see what the Fudge Brownie's got to say. I did want to say, because I did take a break after I paused for this group. I like to split my breaks, so someone may need a break. The fact I'm mentioning the break, if you're watching this, you need a break. After this, take a break from whatever it is you hustle bustle, okay? But yeah, when I cleanse your decks, at the bottom of this one, I got the Divine Feminine card, and I thought that was so sweet. So I think, so either this is my pile of Divine Feminines, or you may be asking about someone you consider to be divine feminine in nature. Either way. And like at the bottom of your reset for your like tarot, you got the Ace of Cups, like rainbows and happiness and love again. So yeah, it was a really pure energy once I got to the bottom of my cleanse. So let's talk about what's going on with this Fudge Brownie. What is the Fudge Brownie thinking, feeling, and what's the Fudge Brownie's possible next moves towards my pile number 3? Let's get a good shuffle. The Fudge Brownie thinking, feeling, possible next moves towards my pile number 3. Well, the thoughts, feelings, and or next move will be very, very clear because it just hit it like it hit the way it hit the deck. It's like it hit you, it hit them, something. Oh, look at that. This is a really pure pile. Something about the number 3, because you pick pile number 3 and you have number 33, which is a miracle. So I think it's really sweet because it feels like this person is thinking, feeling like meeting you, encountering you, or just you overall. Miracle, which makes sense. You had that divine feminine at the bottom, but it says the frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as part of source. And the throat thing's coming back. I know for a fact that I have nothing wrong with my throat. Like I've been drinking a lot of liquids throughout this reading. So, but it says it supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. This may be someone that doesn't necessarily want you to know how they feel. That could be a thing as well. But literally have water here. So I've been drinking water. I don't know why I felt like I needed to prove myself, but the channel message about how to find yourself in the pile, maybe you're not the type to really believe what actually is sometimes. Like you may be the pile that needs to be told things multiple times, but I mean, I guess whatever. But miracle, this person sees you as a miracle in some way, some form, or something about being with you, encountering you. Could be the way you met was miraculous. Like something about you and how this person sees you and a potential connection with you feels a little bit miraculous. Okay. At the bottom, we've got conception. So it could be how you met. It could be how you met. It could be how you're meeting. Okay. We've got number 16, conception. It says, that it invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. And it helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and attention. So like this person's like, that's crazy how pile 3 like is who they are, how they are, and how we came to be. That's the vibe, okay? It's like the whole thing, this whole combination feels like that's crazy, right? About pile 3. So yeah, this person, this is a person that constantly thinks about the origin, like how you met, how you meet, how they know you, right? The moment they met you, the moment they saw you, that's what this person constantly thinks about, okay? Interesting. Feels really light and positive. Now, the shadow side, because there's always a polarity. That's probably why my attention was called to the polarity, because I'm not going to lie. I probably would have, it would have taken me a minute to capture the shadow, because I know how y'all get. If it's a heavy dominant shadow, sometimes y'all click off immediately. So what I do is I like to let it step in on its own before I lead with it. But the shadow, I'll just say it, can be the opposite of like not. So whereas, look, I can't even get it out because I'm like, it hit me and then it slipped away, and it hit me and it slipped away. And it could be this person's nature on the shadow side. So watch it. Hard to reach at times or whatever, but The lighter side is this person's constantly thinking about the first time they met you and like how you two got together, the origin of the group, and how miraculous it was. Shadow side would be the opposite of that, like ooh, especially like if the beginning was like not ideal. That's the thing, okay? All right, but we do want to keep trucking along with the message. I don't want to slow down. Let me keep going. Some of you, this person's like, let me just move, move, move. Or it could be a slowing down, okay? Choose wisely. So this person's like in decision mode. It's number 7, 7 of Cups, which talks about priorities, talks about options. Shadow talks about options, okay? Especially when we talk about like origin, because this is a whole like, oh, how things came to be. And then this talks about options and choosing and where to prioritize your time and energy. Now, I love this on the lightest of sense because it talks about of all of the synchronicities, of all the opportunities, of all the situations, of all the people you could have met, situations you could have stepped into, you know, it kind of feels faded. Like this person's thoughts and feelings about you, it feels very, very faded. Okay. Like this Fudge Brownie is like, yeah, it's so faded how it came to be with pile 3. Like that's crazy. I keep hearing that. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to take this one. On a shadow sense, I even heard like maybe in a conversation with another person, this person, like maybe someone else is like, that's crazy. Choose wisely. Like make sure you're making a right decision. I don't know where that would come from. All right. Triumph. More 7s. Because technically this is 7. 16 reduces to 7. So 7s are really coming through here. All right. Choose wisely, triumph. So this is the Chariot, go energy I mentioned, moving. But triumph talks about kind of conquering, like again, riding forward, moving in a very decisive manner. It is Cancer-based energy, which rules like the 4th house, home, family, ancestry, comfort. So what I'm getting here, so I'm hearing most comfortable option. Those are the words I heard, but also and that could be light or shadow, but I hear it feels like kind of divinely orchestrated to the best situation for them on the lightest of sense. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Like this person's like, everything is working out for the best. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. I don't know what the throat thing is. If it's you, it's person, somebody get it looked at. It could truly just be someone hiding their truth. I get that. Give me one more. What is the Fudge Brownie saying about my pile number 3? Why would Jack come out like that? I don't want all of those cards. Someone may be a life path 5. Ooh, it's a lot of cards. Let's just, it takes longer to like avoid it, right? Let's just see. Incoming energy of the number 10, which is destiny. That is the wheel of fortune. So feeling very fortunate, feeling like the tide is turning, whether in their favor or against it on the shadow, but something about the way this person is feeling towards you, it feels divine, for better or for worse. So it could feel like a divine karmic lesson, because the shadow side of this feels more karmic. And I hate using that word because everybody uses it wrong. People use it like it's such a negative thing, but karma is just like lessons and development in this life. And it gets a bad rap because it doesn't feel good all the time, right? Because technically speaking, the lighter side of this pile could be karmic as well. It's just people wouldn't describe it as such because of how light the energy is. But it feels like a kind of a karmic pile, regardless, right? Good and bad. because on the shadow, it feels kind of like a lesson, right? That this person's seeing. On a lighter sense, it still feels like a lesson in divinity and in grace and miracles and all of the things like that. So like this person's feeling like the tide is turning either for the best or the worst as it relates to the connection with the Wheel of Fortune here. But they do feel like encountering you was a part of their destiny regardless, and that it was meant to change, evolve them regardless of which side, okay? But I really like this light side. So I don't know where I'm putting all these cards because these cards are way too big to be. I'm probably going to put these back just because I don't want them. Five of Pentacles talks about setbacks, losses, specifically oh no, this is not. I don't know why I wanted to call this the Pentacles. This is the Five of Wands. So this chaos and confusion and a lack of stability. And then the Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration, groups, working, and all the things like that. So chaos and confusion in groups could be relevant, recognition and reward, something about obstacles and challenges towards recognition and reward. I'm talking too much. Got it. Okay. So this feels either like a very fortunate situation or a very unfortunate situation in this person's perspective. And I don't know all of your business, so you'll have to figure out where you fall here. I'm taking the bottom. I think those details were needed to help you kind of identify where all of that would be coming from. Yeah, that was for clarity because this is the Ace of Swords, which is clarity. Okay. Okay. I do associate the aces with cardinal energy because they initiate seasons, right? So number ones begin the sweets and they're all four elements. Aces are cardinal energy, so that would be more Libra. Okay, so we're definitely talking relationships. Okay, which is the thing for today, but it could be all kinds of relationships. That could be contracts, business deals, all of the things, since those two hearts wanted to be on the table. So I'll leave you with that. But we do have a clarity on how to reach some type of success, how to turn some energy around, in a shadow sense. And I don't know what that means, but a clarity on how to turn something around. Okay, where it's been bad. So like it could still be potential, but the lightest of energy is the clarity of how you ended up where you ended up, clarity of how they ended up where they ended up. Like it feels like, oh, divinely, like fated. This is my fated destiny pile. That's how this person's seeing this. This is how this person's feeling, like this is fated. Okay, so let me see what Melanie Pop has to say. I'll get a card, and then take the bottom. Tell me more about how this Fudge Brownie is seeing my pile number 3. How is the Fudge Brownie seeing my pile number 3? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put this here. We're going to take this bottom. What's this? Ooh. I'm going to take these 3, but trapped is a thing. Someone may feel trapped. Parent and commitment could be pressure. All right. The lighter side of all of that I just got is someone's like certain, sure, clear on what they want, and knowing exactly how this is going to go. Like, this is what I want. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the person I've been waiting for, right person. And possibly telling other people, like, this is the person I've been waiting for. This is the person that I want. It's fated. I got it. This is where I'm headed. On the shadow of someone's like feeling pressure. Okay. Let me see what this is, because I may end up needing more. I have a feeling I want this one first. We've got voodoo, magic, practice, power, spell work, beliefs, and rituals. This is effort. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, this is a religion. So with miracle, it feels fated, right? It feels like this feels like God-like energy, regardless of your religion, whether we're talking about like God, the all, the universe, whatever your religion is, because it's a lot of you with a variety of religions and all are respected here, feels divinely orchestrated. That's how this person's feeling. That's how this person's thinking. And they are actually like wanting to act further with the Cancer. Triumph, Chariot energy here. Okay. You actually have triumphant twice. Look at you. I'm just not like realizing. I was so busy like trying to like decipher between the shadow and the light. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't like when a heavy shadow comes through because I know how y'all get. I'm not gonna lie, I know how y'all get. But triumphant energy. This person feels triumphant. Like you make this person feel triumphant. There you go. This is my problem needing to be told things multiple times. But that's okay. The shadow side of this could be what would make this person feel triumphant, and if they feel like you're a barrier to that, I mean, I don't really know. I'm not looking for that. Beyond this person's looking to feel triumphant, they're looking to feel fortunate. Okay. And this is effort this is practice towards that. Okay. Walking away. That was here too. That's the emotional withdrawal. So some of you, it is a walking away energy. Okay. Some of you, this person is thinking of walking away, or they're thinking you're thinking of walking away. Okay. Let's see. What is this? Well, of course, this came out. Intensity, healing, contracts, and mirroring. You're mirroring one another. Okay. That's the thing. Some of you, if it's too intense, too difficult, they're wanting to walk away. This is a very interesting combination. So let me just sit with it for a second. So that's why that's what that is. Some of you are asking about someone. And so one of the things I didn't say, I like to lead with crushes that you have attachments with, like interactions with, or crush that could actually be interested in you. That's why we talk about how they actually feel, because this is someone you're either engaging or there's an expressed interest somewhere, somehow. But some of you are asking about someone that's possibly moved on from you. Okay. And they're not interested. Okay. That's why, and maybe this is the clarity you get. Like some of these persons like looking towards more fortunate situations, possibly connecting with someone else. Okay. Like this is someone that has moved on in some instances on the shadow. Okay. That's why we have this head in the clouds options energy. Some of you, so like if that resonated, like, because be real about who you're asking about. That this today's theme, you don't get to lie to yourselves, because you ask about a specific person intentionally when you come here. It's not just who pops up, it's who you came here thinking of. This person's moved on. Okay. Possibly a very strong connection, actually, depending on who it is. Androgyny, ambiguity, sexual identity expression, and style. Ambiguity talks about blurred lines and possibly confusion. So if you're asking about someone that you don't really know what's going on with them, they're not interested. Okay. Like if you're asking about someone you're in no contact with, that you have no interactions with, possibly someone you haven't seen in quite some time, with walk away and that 8 of Cups, like you don't know this person. You don't know what they have going on and all of the things. Okay. Like if it's been like months up to years, that's the energy. Okay. Let me pull one more. All right. This Yeah. If you're asking about someone that's moved on, leave it alone. And then because I don't want to cling to that energy. It's actually unfortunate that that stepped in prominently. I don't mind because I do want to be an honest reader, but sometimes y'all get mad at me in the comments. Okay. Let me get one more. How was my brownie, my fudge brownie, thinking, feeling about my pile number 3? I will say some of you, this person is wanting, like, because I'm gonna say like union, right, to be with you. If we're talking like difficulty in engaging one another, because I do see a tide turning. So if it's been difficult on a lighter sense or conflicting all over the place with that 7 of Cups, that's what I get. Okay. All right, let me get my one more, take the bottom, and then we'll pull from those other decks, because I actually wasn't supposed to pull that many from this deck, but we will work with it. We will adjust. Tell me more about this fudge brownie. What are they thinking, feeling, and possible next moves towards my pile number 3? Yeah, that's that trapped energy. Someone's focused on their career and everybody reminiscing. Okay, let me what I'll do, I'll come back to this deck. The long distance. I was like, look, see, I was setting a boundary with the reading. I was like, I don't feel like dealing. I don't have time. I'm already at 25 minutes and I have like 5 more decks. So they're throwing me what I need. Okay, so distance, travel, time apart, long distance. That's the confirmation on that energy where I mentioned like someone that's possibly not interested, and the birds are chirping. You hear that? I hope you heard that, because it's like the birds are chirping. There's a lot of conversations happening, lots of chirping, lots of chatter. Yep. And then communication, news, offers, excitement, luck. Okay, so luck, fortune. On a lighter sense, this person's feeling very lucky, very fortunate, very excited. They want to talk to you. They are like, wanting to express themselves. Like, again, feels faded. They feel like they were pulled to you. That's what this is. This voodoo to walk away feels like they were pulled to you. So we mentioned this origin and how you met and first interacted and all the things. They feel like they were pulled to you, right? Like a higher power, like God, the universe, whoever, pulled them away from something towards you, right? In the lightest of sense, okay? And they're very excited about it. Let me see. Yeah, because long distance, because this is a travel, right? Because like if you look at the, like, because like let's pretend that, again, variety of religions, everyone's welcome here. Let's pretend this represents God, the universe, right? And I'll hold this whole, because I'm getting a whole story. It's like a call home. I've been getting a lot of like ladybugs, so that could be a thing. We've got the sunflower, and time heals all wounds, and it talks about synchronicities, divine timing, and healing, and even like a higher commitment and romantic gestures here. So let me just put this here, but I want you to see the story. Some of you may be storytellers. Some of you, this person is telling the story of how it happened on the shadow sense as well, but we're going to talk about the good side. So they're like, okay, look, this is God, the universe, kind of orchestrating the life, and like, something happened, something ended, possibly could even be a divorce where they were drawn, they were pulled, and then boom, they saw you, you saw them. And this is like, especially if someone traveled like far and wide, like across continents, right? Like from different places and all the things. It's like you see the two hearts in separate places that have to be pulled in together. Like that's how they're telling the story. They're like, oh yeah, no, this is how it went with like, with Power 3. Like, that's how it happened. Like I was like sent to the Power 3. That's the thing, okay? All right. Let me slide. I want to make sure I have this in frame to where I have enough space. You know, look at us. We got all kinds of space. This person's thinking about all the space and opportunity they have to grow and evolve with you. I'll save that space. They're saving a space for you. We got the North Node at the bottoms. And sextile is a combination of tension and flow, a potential and rewarding situation. And there are key themes of healing. So some of you may have met in a traumatic way. That does not make it a shadow. Doesn't make it a shadow at all. Like some of you, that is the miracle. You possibly met in a very traumatic way, or you went through something very traumatic and then it led you to this person. Like I'm even hearing like some of you, this person may have saved your life. You saved theirs in some instances, like quite literally. Okay. And that is the chaos of the origin. So like the origin being a shadow doesn't have to be something scandalous beyond, oh, like, you know, I mean, if you know it was scandalous, then I mean, it is what it is. But especially if that's a barrier, right, going forward. But I do see some instances of like the miraculous origin where like something was saved. Okay. All right. Tell me more about my pile number 3. What is this Fudge Brownie saying about pile 3? What are they saying? Oh, what are they saying? That's not the question. So they're talking. This is the person's talking. We did get the parrot and we do have phones and communication here. This person is thinking about talking to you, conversating with you, conversing, you know the word. They're thinking about like, but they're wanting to talk about it. They're wanting to talk about how you met. Like, I don't know, something about this person just really wants to tell the story of how you met. Okay? And how you're meeting. And if you haven't talked about it, they want to talk about it with you as well. Okay? Tell me more. Tell me more about my pile. Okay, there we go. 2. House 12. Spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Yeah, I told you. So we have the word karma, like I was talking about. We have spirituality, like I mentioned, like higher power, higher source. This rules kind of, both of these signs actually rule spirituality and religion. Okay. Especially combined, because Sagittarius, it's like 9th house energy. It does say optimism, exploration, and freedom, but these both, because it rules higher learning, higher knowledge, higher power, and this technically would rule like the occult and all the things. So especially if you're like in non-conventional religions, that could be a thing as well. Excited about that. But something about healing, because I saw that theme multiple times, and just the unknown. And yeah, I got the 2, the confirmation, things that you can't quite explain, like something about the way you, like they can't quite explain it, like in a negative sense, they can't quite explain it because like they don't want to. But on the lighter side, it's like you like explaining, like being at the right place at the right time, right? Being miraculous, right? Especially if like it's a saving of a life in the most extreme of sense, like I just happened to be there and then boom, saving of a life, and it ended up being like my life partner. I can see that. Okay, like some of the synchronicities are inexplicable, right? When it comes to like there's no way to explain it other than a higher power. Okay, so I could see this person actually being more connected to spirit, whatever religion, or even just spirituality in general, after meeting you, just because of how fated it is. Okay, I don't like how this is. It's something's missing. I told you, holding a space. So this person's feeling like they're holding space for you. Okay, so if that's a question, on the lightest side, they're holding space. In the shadow, it could be something's missing, or they're holding space and they don't know what they're holding space for. Okay, tell me more. One more, please, for my pile number 3. Okay, well, we'll take it. I'll see what the bottom of this is. So 4 could be a relevant number. This person wants to grow and expand with you. They think that you are growing and expanding them just by your interactions. Okay, I'm going to take this first. Chiron, hurt and heal. Yeah, definitely some type of healing associated with this, for better, for worse. And then we've got house 4. I mentioned 4 could be relevant. You do have both Cancer signs of home, comfort, family, peace, and all the things, and family roots, okay? This person may be speaking to a maternal figure. I can see that. That may be one of the people that having conversations with. Some of you, this person can see themselves having children with you. You've got Taurus at the bottom, trust, patience, sensuality, which is another sign that rules comfort. So key theme here is comfort, okay? So when we talk about, yeah, the birds are, they're messages, right? Messages. Yeah, they have a lot to say apparently. So I think it's hilarious because like every time, like, cause I do it by natural light and like, yeah, I have my little music in the background today, but like I'm next to a window and like the birds, I mean, it's almost spring. So they are like out and like really, really loud. And when I'm doing anything that could consider to be like energy based, whether healing or reading, they get extra loud. Like they can, because we're all connected, right? But comfort, stability, and honestly, because we have this really like God-based energy, there seems to be, because I mentioned karma, there seems to be themes surrounding like spirit, the universe, God, and like favor, right? So I don't know, some of you live scandalous lives. I'm not judging you for it. It's not my business. I just read the energy when it comes through. But light and shadow, those are themes, comfort and faith. So if there's any reason why this would be frowned upon, it's a topic. If there's any reason why this would be uncomfortable, it's a topic. Okay? Because if this is like if anything about this could be uncomfortable, right? Whether we're talking about from religion, whether we're talking about ancestry, whether we're talking about distance, whether we're talking about origin, like origin of a connection, those are topics, okay? And the least favorable outcome will come from the least favorable origin, whether we're talking about origin of the connection or origin of the people, right? Whether we're talking about like ancestry, religion, all of the things, the ways people were raised and such, okay? Those could be themes because it's been coming out a lot. So again, I hope all of you are okay because some of these people y'all are asking about, I would rather you not. But yeah, comfort, healing, okay? Because healing is a huge theme of what this person's thinking, feeling. Some of you, they're on the shadow, this person knows that there will be hurt somewhere here or historically has or will be going for, and they're trying to make it as comfortable as possible, okay? Like they're trying to avoid that, okay? Yeah, whatever. So I'm going to pull from this other deck because I'm already really pushing my time for this pile. Tell me about this Fudge Brownie. Obviously, the opposite of that is the lighter side of, you know, this was divinely orchestrated, favored by God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the thing. Like, oh my gosh, like I was sent this person from the universe, from God, and all of the things. My soulmate. You know, some of you are like really loving that twin flame label. On the lighter sense, I love it for you. I mean, don't get carried away, but love it for you. And all the things. Okay? Tell me more. Connecting on a soul level. What is this? This is a maturing energy in terms of call. Oh yeah, what did I say? Ha! This is so cute. Destiny is luck, because that's the wheel of fortune. You've got luck on this call card, and then you've got like, you know, luck is on your side here. More Sagittarius energy. I love it. Again, it's that religious, higher knowledge, higher learning, traveling, expanded perspective energy. Okay, like this is a person whose faith kind of is expanded or restored by meeting you. And it makes sense, especially when we talk about instances where because I just see some near-death experiences here, even if your person like wasn't directly involved. Like some of you are like, I survived to meet this person. Love that for you. Okay, like, or this person's that way, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting it. It's a very sweet, like, inspirational. Like, if I had to, like, if this is a couple and I had to give it a label, this would be the inspirational couple. This would be this is the couple that is the testimony of like grace and like religion and spirituality for this pile. Okay, definitely. Like, if people are lacking in faith, they would look at this couple. Okay, on the lightest of side. I hate to say it, but the shadows feels like what not to do, and I'm leaving it alone. At the bottom, I've got the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon and Capricorn, and yeah, so for better for worse. So I mentioned the shadow, right? Trying to find where it's hard. This is Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, Lord Karma. Okay, it is 10th house, career, social status, and reputation. Okay, now when we talk about the lightest side, they're like, pile 3 is the light at the end of the tunnel. That's so sweet. Look at you. Let me close this out. I've got 3 love-based decks. If I'm lucky, like the pile, I can get one from each deck, and we can close it out. What's the next move? Possibly communication, clarity. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll get it from these last 3 decks. What's the next move? What is the Fudge Brownie's next move towards my pile number 3? Yeah. Okay. So it will be related to healing and home and comfort. So next move could be removing any potential blockages. It could be creating an atmosphere of comfort. So like communicating with you, getting to know you better, getting more familiar with one another if we're talking pure crush, right? If you're at that stage, it would be getting you more acclimated with the family, right? Getting more familiar with family customs and things like that. Okay. Yeah, look at you. Sweet song. It says soulmates often use music and songs as telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. Yeah, feels like bonding. Okay, feels like bonding. The bottom, quality time. Look at that. See, I said it. I don't need these cards, but it's, you know, it's fun to say. It says quality time means putting away the phone and clearing your brain of anything distracting so you can ensure your partner is your number one focus. So, likely to make you as much of a focus as they can. Likely their number one focus. Extremely prioritizing building a nest, if that's the stage, but that could be any stage of connection, right? Like just getting to know you better, getting more familiar with you, getting to know your family, you getting to know their family. Like those are the things this person's thinking about, quality time and getting closer. Okay, let me get this other one. Worth waiting for is at the bottom, so where that is the theme, because we do have some distance here. In my lightest sense, it doesn't feel like there's distance. It feels like there's a reflection of how distance came to, like, from like 2 worlds coming together, right? Like 2 worlds coming together. That's what I'm getting, okay? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. That is a testament to kind of what I mentioned, like kind of feeling like it's divinely orchestrated, like things are just flowing as they should or as they will. So this person's not gonna, they're thinking about like how to not be controlling, like how to allow the situation to unfold as it should, right? they feel like you two met miraculously, or meeting, because this could be incoming. If this is, you're like, well, how am I going to meet my next person? I promise I'm not like trying to say it's going to be like a near death experience. I hope not. But that's for the history. But like some of you, it's truly going to be like, you know, like an uncanny way of encountering your next partner. But that said, current is like letting it flow as it's already been doing, okay? Like letting it flow as it already has been. Like, you know, we were divinely orchestrated to meet. Things will naturally go as they should without me hyperfixating on it, okay? At the bottom, I've got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, visualizations help bring you together. So again, if this is religion, continuing to pray for each other, all of the things like that. Okay, and then I've got letting the universe continue to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, I get that. Watch it on the shadow. I don't want to mention this because it came up in like in my last reading. It wasn't that long ago. And I remember because it came up in like every single pile in passing, and it happens every now and then. Like maybe once a year or so, I get this vibe of like, but y'all are on TikTok and doing all kinds of other things. If this is you, if this is this person, just clear your energy and all of the things. Because some of y'all get out of control with this, you know, because I do have my little voodoo card here. And I do have house 12, which is the occult. And luck could be kind of taking luck in your own hands with that destiny card. Like, don't be trying to manipulate people energetically. It does not work the way you want it to. And I'm not kidding, because, you know, honestly, think about why you want to do that. Okay? And you know what I'm talking about if I'm talking about you. If I'm not talking about you, I feel like I might be talking about you. I'm not going to lie, because some of you, I mentioned earlier, this is long. Earlier, I mentioned an energy of you're asking about somebody that's moved on. Leave that person alone. Let them go. They have moved on. Okay? Like, leave that person alone. Okay? Because I think I mentioned it before. It's going to feel like a psychic attack. Okay? And if you're the type that's even, because some people are like super like Abrahamic faith. If you're not that scared to like dabble in what you consider to be something you have no idea what you're doing, this person may not be as well. Like, I don't know. Like, it just feels like leave it alone. Leave this person alone. Because there is a lot of karmic energy here. So leave this person alone if that's your next step and you're asking about someone you know is not interested in you. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not going to tell you again. Leave this person alone, okay? I'm serious. If you want to do things, if you want to manipulate energy, manipulate your own. It's like, right? Like self-love, self-improvement, all of the things, okay? And if this is not you and you're like, absolutely not, I don't have time for that. Which, yeah, why would you have time for that? It may be a kind of a bit of a warning that there may be influences. Because listen, I'm reading your energy and I'm reading this person's energy. Okay, so someone may be doing that towards you or this person or both. Just clear your energy. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. The birds are chirping. I wouldn't worry about it. Just be aware and keep yourself cleansed. Yeah. Let me get this last one because I need to hurry up because it's way longer than I wanted it to be. I will say this feels like my divinely favored, not favored like you're better than other people, but like supported, like the connection where it works feels favored. So I wouldn't worry about any types of attempts to like manipulate energy, but you do need to be aware of it, especially if, you know, it's good to know certain things, right? Like you don't, you know. All right, one more. Let's close it out. What is the Fudge Brownie pile? What is their next move towards my pile number 3, please? Person feels you're amazing. Person feels completely blessed to have you around on the lightest of sense, okay? One, please, and we'll close it out. Thank you. Oh yeah. We've got separate in reverse. It's not somebody that wants to separate from you. Okay. Even if there may be distance for a reason, by the way. Like if there is distance for a reason, like this person's not wanting to separate from you. That could also be your attachment where you're asking about somebody that that's not interested. Don't cling. There's a lot of opportunities for love, okay? Like lots of opportunities for love. I'm not taking that bottom because that was a message for those of you where I said to let it go. Okay. Flighty. Let me see. What is this person's next move towards the lighter side of the pile, please? I mean, obviously the shadow would be, it is what it is, right? Sparks fly. More of that energy, not wanting to separate, wanting to feed into the sparks. Let me get one more. I'll take the bottom and close it out. What's this person's next move towards my pile? Number 3, please. Final message. Yeah. Okay. I got what you wanted. You've got no. Maturing energy of a proposal. Okay. Now, no feels very contradictory in a sense, but okay, so on my lighter side of the pile, person doesn't want to let go. The sparks, there's something about sparks and wanting to feed into that, progress that, okay? And no, not wanting to separate. So if there's like, if you know you're on the lighter side of the pile, I gave you ways of developing that. No, this person doesn't want to separate. No, this person isn't running off. No, this person isn't distancing, okay? It feels like allowing things to unfold naturally as in the time that it's supposed to happen, okay? Where that could be a thing, because that's the no. The no on the shadow is obviously waiting for something that's not gonna happen, right? Chemistry ending. Again, some of you, this person's literally moved on. And also I have a vibe of yeah, just leaving it alone. Okay, so I love the lighter side of the pile. If you're confused, I told you at the beginning how to not be confused. So go back to the beginning and think about what I said. Okay, I think I mentioned like, yeah, no, just go back because it's already too long. This person's going to be wanting to get closer to you on a lighter sense. They feel divinely orchestrated. They want to spend more time with you. On the lighter side, on the darker side, if you're asking about someone you know has moved on or you know is not interested in you, after some time, leave it alone. Leave it alone, and definitely do not try to manipulate anyone's energy. And then also we have that shadow side where it's just chaotic, because we have a huge origin story here as a theme, which feels like a comic book. Comics could be a theme, but like there's a huge origin story here that is possibly whatever. And that's all we've got. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 4, my Blondie caramel thing. I was gonna call it a Blondie caramel brownie, but that's not what it's called at all. I think it's called a caramel Blondie because there's nothing chocolate in there, right? There's nothing brown about it. So I don't know why that's a thing. And I don't know, maybe it's relevant, but yeah, so let's just see what your crush is thinking, their feelings, their next move, and all of the things. So I'm gonna just leave for those of you that are new. I read past, present, and coming energy, and I read from a polarity. So there's often a light side, a shadow side. You just have to find yourself in the lesson in the journey, okay? And something's in the air. Something's in the air for these piles because I've been getting a lot of like, and I've been getting it literally a lot. Like I get a lot of synchronicities with my cards. I think that's really what you guys like to see is all of the cards coming out a certain way. If you're new, you'll see it because it literally, like, it's not surprising. when things align on the table. But what I have at the bottom, I have the 8 of Wands, accelerating motion. So something is going to happen quickly for this specific group. Very, very quickly, okay? And I do have at the bottom of your reset, number 22. So that's a master number, divine masculine. And I feel like it's been a while because I took a break and all the things. I feel like the divine feminine card showed itself earlier too. So there's a lot of things. I love it because the lighter you guys' connections or the people you're connecting with, the lighter the energy of all of these piles. So I will not complain when these types of energies come through. Doesn't mean there won't be shadows, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Tell me about this caramel blondie. Tell me. Ooh, maybe that's why I have this at the bottom. I'm jumping because I want it to be like, so what I've been saying is, what's the caramel blondie, that's your person, right? Thinking, feeling towards my pile number 4, and what's their next move. I wanted to just jump straight to what's the next move. So maybe that's what we'll get. Any feelings? I mean, I mentioned something happening quickly, so let's see. Let's see what we get. I feel like I want to get a thorough shuffle. So something about this person, whatever they do, I don't know what it's going to be. They want to make sure, like, they want to be very certain and decisive in that. So I don't know. Like, I feel nervous, but I do want to make sure I get a good shuffle before I pull this card, because I don't know why I feel like this card that I pull is going to be so important, but for whatever reason it just feels like this card is going to be really important. So all right, tell me about this caramel blondie. Why is this card so important regarding their thoughts, feelings, and potential actions? Okay, it's going to come naturally. It's not going to be forced. There's not going to be anything chaotic. I mean, I don't know. I say that, but we have the 8 of Wands. It's going to be natural. It's going to be something that flows coherently, at least. Integration, 30. Okay. The frequency of integration. I feel like I need to sneeze. Must be speaking some truths. My grandmother says it's something about the truth, right? The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. So this person's weighing pros and cons. That's what they've been doing, whatever the thing is. And whatever move they make is gonna be that weight, like good, bad. Good outweighing the bad, bad outweighing the good. That's gonna determine the next action. Right? Like, this person's gonna be very decisive once they finish weighing their personal scale of positive and negative, okay? I'm hoping this doesn't make this pile confusing for me as a reader, because, right, like, perception of positive versus negative could potentially mean that the light and shadow is very blurred in a way that makes it difficult to communicate. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But the lighter sense, this person wants to integrate with you, okay? Like, how do they integrate you into their life? How do they integrate into yours? And that's a very clear, decisive thing, something they're gonna stand on, okay? It's a very clear, decisive action I'm getting, okay? The bottom, romantic love. Oh, look at this. I like the lighter side of this, okay? I like the lighter side of this. So we've got integration into romantic love, okay? It says the frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience and reflection of a conscious lover. So merging with you. There is a sensual vibe. Yeah, because I almost knocked over my water. The sensual vibe we're not going to develop per YouTube guidelines. And I don't want to like label this video as such, but it is there. Good for you. Love it for you. Not talking about it though, but integration into romantic love. So this may be a person that's thinking about, like, how do I express myself in a very romantic way? Like, this person's really like, this is the person that would like ask you on a date, or like propose, depending on stage of the connection, in a very thoughtful way. Okay. That's what I get from this. But this is a person on a lighter sense, very clear, very decisive on integrating with you in a romantic sense. Okay? All right. Tell me more about my caramel blondie. What are they thinking, feeling, and potential next moves? Shadow, they're wondering if it works. If you two, yeah, I almost knocked this over. That was the number 8, the strength card. Strong, like how strong is the connection? So on the shadow sense, they could be questioning how strong is the connection, right? Does it make sense to continue from a romantic perspective? I'm not gonna lie, for this very romantic energy, it feels very, we've got the devil trying to come out, which talks about control. Right? I was gonna say it's a very intellectual energy. Someone that feels like someone that possibly has control issues, likes to control things, okay? Let me get a good shuffle. Tell me more about this caramel blondie. What is this? Coming to you naturally. Oh, it's 2 of them coming naturally. All right. Look at this. So I've got 2 major arcana cards. And it's interesting because we've got the number 9, which is Hermit. And this is Virgo energy, 6th house energy. Solitude talks about gaining wisdom, gaining perspective. So this person is gaining perspective, right? I mentioned weighing pros and cons and possibilities, right? And then sometimes I read this in a crush reading as like confirming like availability, like is this person single and all the things. So if you're at that stage, this person's want to confirm if you're single. They're wanting to confirm that they are in fact single, where that's a question. But we talk about solitude. Some of you on the shadow side, this person's like trying to prioritize their solitude, like their individuality and all of the things, like them. Because again, solitude is their personal piece. But yeah. What I like is we've got here fertility, which is the Empress. So kind of like divine feminine energy to that divine masculine card that came out earlier, which is number 3. But I like the fertility because it talks about creation. It talks about making the effort. Okay. And 2 major arcana cards is huge because it talks about the serious nature of this person. It talks about them seeing this connection as something not only to prioritize, but something that is, I don't say above them, bigger than them, but they kind of see the potential to be with you as having more weight than with like some random person. Like, so something about you specifically, if we're talking early stages, they're seeing a potential with you that they don't typically encounter, right? And that's what's making them begin this thought process here, right? That's where we are. All right. Love that. This person sees you as very pure and very attractive. Yeah, I got the confirmation. Because see, what happens is I didn't want to associate this with divine feminine energy because it is not traditionally so. It is not like Virgo. I'm reading it as a Virgo card, and there is someone that could be considered feminine presenting on the card. So I'm associating with that energy. That's typically the virgin, what's that called? I guess identity of that Virgo expression, because we've got 2 earth signs, which is very natural, very earthy energy. So like very natural earthy appearance doesn't mean that you are feminine expression. It just means this person sees you as very naturally in an earthy way attractive, right? Like this is someone that's very attracted to you. And I mentioned it, but it came through in the tarot as well. But if you are feminine expression, they see you as kind of the epitome of that energy. Like everything that they feel like feminine energy should be in an ideal way to them personally, that's what they're seeing in you. All right. That's what I got. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, because I didn't even, yeah, we're rolling with it. We're not gonna fight back. Let me just create a little bit of more space. It's crazy because you got 3 major arcana. Now this deck, when I'm using it, I like the Psychic Tarot in that it has the chakras in it. So heart chakra, this person sees you as like their whole heart. Okay, like this is kind of like sprung energy, whole heart. Like they see you as their whole heart. You light up their heart space, like fluttery heart, all of the things. Okay, that's how they're feeling, and you can literally see it here, right? You can literally see it here where we talk about the fertility card, because this expression of the Empress shows a lit up heart space. So this person really lit up by you. Green could be relevant in some sense, but it is heart chakra. So you really light up this person's heart space. This is how they feel. This is actually the perfect visual for how this person feels about you. Okay. Oh, look at me. I guess I'm gonna put this here. That's not how that came out. I just want to compare. You have that 2 of Swords. That is them weighing that integration, that pros and cons. The lighter expression of this could be 2 minds that work really well together, right? Because it's 2. And then Swords, which is mine. But mental conflict could be that weighing of the scales. So that could be the shadow side of deciding what they're going to do. On the lighter side is deciding how they're going to do it, right? Especially if it's been some time and trying to figure out what the best approach would be. Okay, because this is someone thinking about knowing they need to do something and either being afraid to do it, avoiding doing it, right? So that's what I'm getting. Okay, and the reason why I'm not worried about it, especially on the lighter side, is because I've got these 2 energies here, and then at the bottom I've got more of this green energy, 2 of Cups, spiritual union. Okay, so this is someone that probably feels like they've already connected with you in a spiritual sense with that integration card. Okay, yep, we got the 2 of confirmation. There we go. Beautiful energy here. All right. Ooh, on the shadow, before I even start here, this could be this person is avoiding a lack of this energy, right? They may realize that this is not, they don't feel right. Okay, I'm back. I got some water and had to pause for a second, but honestly, that timing of that lets me know this person may pause or pivot, or did, and that's to kind of reflect and evaluate. I mentioned weighing the pros and the cons, right? Their scales. It's funny because my music actually shifted too. That was one of the things that I did. So my music shifted and it actually aligns with the scales, right? So a pause to see if their heart is really in it, or even if they're ready for whatever the next step would be on the shadow. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So let me get a card from this deck. Tell me more about my pile number 4, my Caramel Blondie. There seems to be a conflicting energy of what this person, if this person actually wants to be with you. Like on a shadow sense, this person doesn't seem sure. And it's weird because they don't seem sure if they feel the spark. Like this person seems confused about whether or not like they have the romantic love or the depth of romantic love. Like they seem confused in that sense. And I don't understand why or how. Like honestly, if anything, it feels like they're confused, like possibly lying to themselves, or you, or I don't know. Like avoiding, because this is an avoidant energy, a lack of a spark. It's going to be very clear where you fall in this group, just because it's very clear. So let me get this card. What is this? Why is it rags to riches is a thing? Look at you. All right. Tell me about this Caramel Blondie. What do they think? What do they feel? What is their next move towards my pile number 4, please? Look at me. I don't know what's going on. When is Saint, like if you're watching this real time, St. Patrick's Day may be a thing. Maybe a thing. Okay. Tell me more. All of this green, right? Tell me more about what's going on with this Caramel Blondie. silver fox. Okay, I'll take that in a second. Got the silver fox, age, maturity, clever, charming, experienced. Okay, so this person may see you as very mature, very experienced, or this could be them. Some of you, this person feels like this maturity thing is they're weighing the pros and cons. They feel like they're reaching a certain age. Especially because I'm not gonna lie, I hate doing it in these readings, but you guys are very clear when you step in. Like, you know, I got the divine masculine at the beginning. I got a lot of feminine on the table. If this is a masculine, this person is thinking, okay, I'm at a certain age, I'm reaching a certain age where it's probably time, whether they want to or not actually. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, it's kind of like, I should because I'm at an age. Like, I'm getting that. I'm getting that specific instance for some of you. So watch it. Where there's energy kind of a bit of like settling a little bit. So you just watch that because you definitely don't want that life. But there's something about maturity and age. I think on the lighter side, this person's really excited about a certain level of maturity they see in you, regardless of gender. This is a person that feels like, you know, they see you as someone they could go real older with, like, or could they? That's a question, right? That's a question of, could they see themselves growing and maturing with you? I did have rags to riches at the bottom. What's this? We've got parrot, bright, vivacious, happy, loud, colorful. I got a lot from this, a lot. Watch it where we talk about incompatibilities, where one is very bright, youthful, colorful, and one is very kind of dry and stale. Okay, watch that. But what I'm seeing here is an energy of I hope this isn't too long because I want to wrap this up pretty soon. Maturity is a thing, right? So we've got one that's very experienced, very mature, very clever. And you've got one that's bright, vivacious, and colorful and loud. But parrots don't have a mind of their own. Like, they repeat what's said to them. So where that's a thing, like they repeat, like they just regurgitate information. They don't think for themselves. They're very loud about repeating what's said to them with nothing else behind it, right? That could be a theme on a shadow sense. Watch it, okay? Watch it. So let me see at the bottom. There's some sadness. Okay, honoring their feelings. Maybe that's a realization that this person's avoiding on the shadow. Some of you on a lighter sense, let me pull one more because I don't want that to be the bottom. On a lighter sense, this person's really excited about being like a certain energy, a certain mature, charming, and experienced individual, someone that has a certain level of maturity but can still be fun. Okay. Let me see. What's this? We got Ice Queen, assertive, composed, strength. I think it's actually hilarious because these could be counterparts. What's at the bottom? I'm going to talk about the counterparts in a second. We've got walking away, leaving, separation, endings, and divorce. Okay. So what I like here, because they made me take the sadness, walk away. They want that to be the bottom. We'll talk about it in a second, and I'll get it over with. But this silver fox and this ice queen feels complementary, right? It's a very stale, dry, probably too serious energy. But it works. Like, it's two people that are really like that. And what I like is here, like, this person seems to think that, and this is very specific for some of you, this person thinks like, you're a stick in the mud, possibly they're a stick in the mud, but you could be happy and fun together. I don't know, but that's hilariously cute to me. Walking away in a lighter sense is kind of leaving these shells, these masks, in favor of being very vivacious and bright and happy together. Obviously on a shadow sense, this is a person that's thinking about like ending the connection. So let me see. All right. I think it's hilarious. I've never noticed that these are counterparts. This is my first time ever getting, I mean, maybe it's not the first time I've ever gotten them together. It's possible, but I've never seen them as like counterparts, right? Because parrots mirror, right? They mimic, which means they mirror. This person sees you two as mirroring on the lightest of sense. Like they feel like you're like mirroring one another. That thinking alike, right here. I see it in the Two of Cups, the spiritual union. They're even both in white. That's funny. All right, tell me more. What's going on? Thank you. They must know I'm ready to like wrap this up. Oh, look at this. Okay, yeah, they know I'm ready to wrap this up. Divine union, spiritual union, fertility, integration of romantic love. You got a silver fox and an ice queen, like looking to come together. Two people that take themselves way too seriously, but happy. Like I feel like this is two people that kind of bring out the more youthful parts of one another, but you've got conjunction, a union, merging, coming together. That's this person's next move. This is what they're thinking about. House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Romantic 2 times on the table. This is a marriage combination. House 7 rules marriage. And like literally on paper, union. That's this person's next move. At the bottom, you've got House 6. Establishing a foundation, health, daily life, practical details, foundation, integration. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I told you it's very cut and dry. Let me move this water out of the way so I can see if I can put this here. And I can, and it fits, and it works. Everything works for this lighter side. Everything just works naturally, integrates naturally, flows. All right. Oh, look what's at the bottom. Oh, I mentioned, okay, so you got Virgo twice here. You do have Libra twice here. So that could be your placements. That could be this person's placements. Or it could also be times of year. Because that's actually my only 2 signs on the table, okay? Okay, but a new romantic cycle begins. You got that energy 4 times, 5 on the table. 5 times on the table. Got it. Tell me more. Because we're about to close this out. I've got 3 love decks after this one. Tell me this person's next move, thoughts, feelings towards my pile number 4. Tell me what this caramel Blondie thinks of my pile number 4. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Okay, a step on a life path. Okay, they feel like they're going to have to step out of their comfort zone a little bit. But they feel like you two can ascend together. They feel like you could be part of the journey towards who they're meant to become in this life. That's why we do have this kind of growing old energy where that is applicable. Oh, I put that card back. It is what it is. We weren't meant to have it. We weren't meant to have it because I don't know where it is now. But I'll take the bottom. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. All right. Where do I put this? I'll put it in walking away. There we go. More of that feminine energy here. This creating an energy of safety, comfort, familiarity. Rules 4th house of home and family. Okay. So yeah, I mean, getting more comfortable with you, integrating, because this is actually home. So integration into the home possibly. Okay. All right. Or steps towards that. Because we're talking brand new, like fresh crush, like getting to know you, dating you, furthering the connection, and eventually getting to, you know, step 1, integrating into day-to-day life, routine, right? Like some of you don't get too far ahead of yourselves, right? All right, give me my 3 cards. I want 1 from this deck and 1 from each of the other 2. My final thoughts on this Caramel Blondie towards my pile number 4. This was an amazing pile on the lightest of scents. I don't even know if I really dwelled on that shadow too much, but light side is like sure, certain, this is what's going to happen. All right, pile number 4. Tell me more, please. Thank you. Accountability. Yeah, I mean, this is a person that's very sure. And I don't know if it's been slow or what's going on, but like they're short. There's a accountability, right? Someone needs to take accountability for their actions. Maybe you, your partner, or the both of you. Acknowledging the effect of your behaviors allows you to move forward. That could be the walk away. There could be some accountability, conversation, coming together of minds, to kind of discuss things, to figure out what went wrong, where there will be an ending. But on a lighter sense, it's like, okay, let me just be accountable for how I proceed with this connection, right? So there's going to be an accountability. This person may be expecting the same from you, some accountability on your role in the connection, for better, for worse, okay? At the bottom, sexual healing. Pile 4, I'm not labeling this video, so we're not talking about this beyond this card, but I saw this. I did see it. Integration into romantic love. I love it for you. Love it for you. Live your best life. Love to see it. Just not in detail in these readings, right? Where I don't want to label it, but you do have that energy here. And it says that it can be used to reconnect. Allow your bodies to release some tension and enjoy pleasure. So again, love, love, love this energy for you, but we're not developing it, okay? All right, so let me get my card here. Tell me more. Caramel Blondie, what are they thinking, feeling, and their next actions towards my pile number 4? Obviously, depending on the stage of connection, or, you know, some of you that's the next thing. We'll see. All right. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Love it. Why did it split like that? Codependency. So some of you, okay, so the shadow could be a bit of a codependency. They want me to mention that. They don't want it to be the bottom because they love, like, we love this energy, but they wanted me to mention, like, the silver fox with the parrot. The parrot is kind of, again, mimicking, mime, doesn't have an energy of its own, kind of a vibe. Right? Someone could be codependent on either side, and that could be part of the accountability. So it may not be working because someone lacks maturity and accountability. Okay, so let me take this bottom. You do have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. All right. And let me close because I'm ready to be done. Some of you, this person is just ready to move, for better or for worse, okay? All right. Tell me my last message for my pile number 4, please. I already know what this is. Seduction. Okay, well, listen, get yours. I'm not mad. We're not developing it, but you have family. Oh, watch yourself if you're not ready for that, because we do have some family energy on the table. Some of you, depending on your stage of connection, this person's going to want to talk about starting a family for real, and that's what's all essential energy. So, like, they may want to start a family. If you're there, they may already be thinking about at what point they would want to start a family. Like, okay, this may be my planner pile. I do have that control energy. Like, okay, let me get to know pile 1. Ooh, some of you are coming from that. I'm going to get to know pile 4. We're going to date. We're going to get married. And then boom, kids. All right. It could be that simple. All right. So I'm going to close it out here. That is all I have for you today, pile 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post there on this channel. Thank you for watching.